तो आज निभाएंगे भी हम। मौका है, दस्तूर है, तो आज निभाएंगे भी हम। मायूस चेहरों पे हंसी लाएंगे भी हम। बैठे हो तो आओ हमारा साथ दो। अरे बैठे हो तो आओ हमारा साथ दो। इस कार्यक्रम को शानदार बनाएंगे भी हम। इस कार्यक्रम को शानदार बनाएंगे भी हम। Good morning to one and all present here. Myself, Kaushal Thakkar, TGT Science, and today I have got a golden opportunity to anchor this auspicious program. आज अगर मैं अपने सामने की ओर देखूं, तो मुझे बहुत गर्व महसूस होता है कि हमारे देश की युवा शक्ति जो दिन पर दिन प्रबल और ताकतवर होती जा रही है, वो मेरे सामने बैठी है। यही युवा शक्ति के बल पर आज भारत ने G20 देशों के समूह में अध्यक्षता हासिल की। इन्हीं युवा शक्ति के दम पे, उनके प्रबल दावेदारी पे आज भारत ने चंद्रयान मिशन को पूरी तरह से सफलता पूर्वक चालू किया और उसको हम सफलता पूर्वक समाप्त करेंगे। तो भारत एक बहुत ही शक्तिशाली देश बनता जा रहा है। सच है, युवा शक्ति पे दो शब्द बोलता हूं रामधारी सिंह दिनकर जी। सच है, विपत्ति जब आती है कायर को ही दहलाती है। सच है, विपत्ति जब आती है कायर को ही दहलाती है। अरे शूरमा नहीं विचलित होते, क्षण एक नहीं धीरज खोते। विघ्नों को गले लगाते हैं, कांटों में राह बनाते हैं। विघ्नों को गले लगाते हैं, कांटों पे राह बनाते हैं। है कौन विघ्न ऐसा जग में, है कौन विघ्न ऐसा जग में, टिक सके वीर नग के मग में। मानव जब जोर लगाता है, पत्थर पानी बन जाता है। मानव जब जोर लगाता है, पत्थर पानी बन जाता है। हम यहां पर आज एकत्रित हुए हैं, उसके पीछे एक विचारधारा, एक सशक्त विचारधारा। वो विचारधारा हमारे देश के माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी की है। उन्होंने CBSE और दूसरे शैक्षणिक संस्थानों की मदद से विद्यार्थियों को ये समझाने का प्रयास किया है कि आखिर ये G20 मीटिंग क्या है, किस तरीके से ये 19 देश और यूरोपीय संघ हर साल मिलकर वैश्विक मुद्दों पर और वैश्विक अर्थव्यवस्था को सुधारने पर जोर डालते हैं। और आज इसी के कारण हम पूरे देश में 1000 से ऊपर संस्थाओं के अंदर Y20 का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन करने वाले हैं। सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू ऑर्गेनाइज Y20 summit in our Nalanda Vidhyalaya, which is a well-known educational institute across the Saurashtra region of the state of Gujarat. In this program, our students will participate in an actual simulation of G20 and act like leaders of the world, which will help them in better understanding of the functioning of G20 forum. Light. Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity in our life. भारतीय संघ परंपरा भी ये मानती है कि ईश्वर हमारे सामने प्रकाश के रूप में होते हैं। इसलिए किसी भी शुभ काम और पूजा पाठ शुरू करने से पहले दीपक जलाकर ईश्वर का आह्वान करते हैं। दीपक जलाने का मतलब यह है कि ज्योति के रूप में देवी सरस्वती यहाँ हमारे साथ हमारे शुभ कार्य को पूर्ण करने के लिए उपस्थित हो। तो आज के इस Y20 सम्मेलन की शुरुआत हम दीप प्रज्वलन यानी मां सरस्वती की आराधना से करेंगे। तो फॉर दिस लाइटिंग लैम्प सेरेमनी I would like to invite all the dignitaries to come forward in the stage. आरोग्यं धन संपदा शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते।
morning to all. Today we are gathered over here. As already introduced, today we are organized a Y20 summit, which is a replica of G20 summit in our school to give the explosion of a G20 of our country to our young generation, those who are the future of India, and particularly our Morbi city. Our city is famous all over the world for the industry. all kind of industries in Morbi. They are all our exporters, and we have made our place in the whole world. And this our youth is a future entrepreneur. So from schooling we are trying to train them as an entrepreneur, and this is our initiative to train them of the future entrepreneurs. Okay? And on this occasion, that's why we are calling all the dignitaries in our school to encourage you young generation. But unfortunately, our Jethpariya sir, collector of Morbi, DD Jadeja sir, DD of Morbi, Rahul Tripathi sir, SP of Morbi, they are the officers and they have emergency duty. So they are not remain present unfortunately, but they are giving blessing to all you, okay, to make this event successful. And our today's chief guest, Mr. Mukeshbhai Kundariya, in case of emergency, he went at Jamnagar early morning, he informed us, and our second MP, Rajya Sabha, Mr. Keshav also informed because of emergency reason. They both are not present over here, but they are both give blessing to us. Okay? And आज के मुख्य अतिथि और हमारे ही दुर्लभजीभाई देथरिया जी, हमारे MLA टंकारा के, उसका नालंदा परिवार की ओर से मैं हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ। ऐसे ही हमारे दूसरे मुख्य अतिथि और हमेशा हमारे बीच रहने वाले, हम सबसे परिचित हमारे पूर्व मंत्री श्री ब्रिजेशभाई मेरजा सर, इसका भी नालंदा परिवार की ओर से मैं हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ। और खास आज के प्रोग्राम में जो प्रोग्राम हमारी मोरबी की इंडस्ट्री के साथ कनेक्ट है, जो हमारी इंडस्ट्री है उसने इतना नेम और फेम बनाया है, और इसी के रिलेटेड ये प्रोग्राम्स हम करने जा रहे हैं। तो जिन लोगों का हमें कोऑपरेशन चाहिए और हमेशा के लिए हमें गाइडेंस चाहिए, ऐसे ही सारे एसोसिएशन के प्रेसिडेंट श्री मुकेशभाई कुंडारिया विट्रीफाइड टाइल्स, हरेशभाई बोपलिया वॉल टाइल्स, विनोदभाई भाड़जा फ्लोर टाइल्स, विनोदभाई कोरडिया पेपर मिल एसोसिएशन, जगदीशभाई पनारा पॉलीपैक एसोसिएशन, અને नीलेशभाई जेथपरिया पास्ट प्रेसिडेंट। और अभी ऐसा ही एक प्रोग्राम 2024 में राजकोट में हम वर्ल्ड के डंके पे करने जा रहे हैं, गुजरात पाटीदार बिजनेस समिट, जिसके कन्वीनर है। ऐसे सारे इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप को मैं नालंदा परिवार की ओर से वेलकम करता हूँ। उसी के साथ साथ हमारे ट्रस्टी श्री सुशीलाबेन मेरजा जो हमारे बीच उपस्थित है, उनका भी हम हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं। माय एल्डर ब्रदर्स एंड गाइड हर्षभाई जो यहाँ पे उपस्थित है, और आज के ये प्रोग्राम से जिसके जो कन्वीनर है ऋचा भगदेव मैम, और आप सब टीचर्स और स्टूडेंट्स जिनके लीडरशिप में आप ये प्रोग्राम को सफल कर रहे हैं, ऐसे आप सबके लीडर सुषमा मैम जो हमारे प्रिंसिपल, और सारे टीचर्स और सारे स्टूडेंट्स को नालंदा परिवार की ओर से मैं स्वागत करता हूँ। और सबसे खुशी की बात यह है हमारे नालंदा के लिए, आज के जो अतिथि है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ हमारे अतिथि नहीं है, तो हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए पेरेंट्स भी है। यहाँ पे बैठे हुए जगदीशभाई के सारे बच्चे यहाँ पे पढ़ते हैं, नीलेशभाई के बच्चे यहाँ पे पढ़ते हैं, दुर्लभजीभाई के सन यहाँ पे पढ़ के गए हैं, कुंडारिया साहब के सन यहाँ पे पढ़ते हैं, विनोदभाई के सारे बच्चे यहाँ पे पढ़ते हैं, तो विपुलभाई के बच्चे भी यहाँ पे पढ़ते हैं। तो हमारे लिए सबसे गर्व की बात है कि यहाँ पे बैठे हुए सारे जो अतिथि है वो हमारे साथ रेगुलर रूप से भी जुड़े हुए हैं, और ये नालंदा विद्यालय को सक्सेस बनाने के लिए, सफलता की ओर ले जाने के लिए उन सब लोगों का पेरेंट्स की ओर से भी हमें हमेशा सहयोग रहा है, कोऑपरेशन रहा है। तो ऐसे सभी लोगों का मैं धन्यवाद करता हूँ, और नालंदा की ओर से मैं सबको स्वागत करता हूँ। थैंक यू ऑल द डिग्नेटरीज टू गिव योर टाइम टू अस एंड इंस्पायर आवर स्टूडेंट्स। थैंक यू।
ओके, तो हमारे बीच जो हमारे मुख्य अतिथि हैं दुर्लभजीभाई देथरिया, एमएलए टंकारा, मैं उनको मंच पर आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा कि वो हमारे बीच 2 शब्द कहें। तो प्लीज पुट अ राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज फॉर हिम।
भारत माता की जय। આજે નાલંદા વિદ્યાલય ખાતે Y20 અને G20 ની એક જાગૃતિના ભાગરૂપે યોજના થઈ રહી છે। તેમાં આપણા સૌના માર્ગદર્શક અને ખાસ કરી મને કાયમ માટે ઉપયોગ આવ્યા છે, કારણ કે બોરો અનુભવ ધરાવતા સરકારમાં અને વિભાગમાં એવા અમારા સૌના વડીલ ગુજરાત સરકારના પૂર્વ મંત્રી મેરજા સાહેબ, આપણા મોરબી સિરેમિક ઉદ્યોગના તમામ એસોસિએશનના પ્રમુખશ્રીઓમાં મુકેશભાઈ, વિનોદભાઈ, હરેશભાઈ, વિપુલભાઈ, નિલેશભાઈ, જગદીશભાઈ અને જેનું આજે સારા મેજા હેઠળ નિરીક્ષિત થઈ રહ્યું છે અને કાર્યક્રમ યોજાયો છે એવા ભક્તિબેન, આ સ્કૂલના ટ્રસ્ટી સુશીલાબેન, તમામ અમારા અહીંના વડીલો ગામી સાહેબ અને તમામ દેશથી પધારેલા એક પ્રતિનિધિઓ અને આ સ્કૂલના વિદ્યાર્થી ભાઈઓ બહેનો, દેશના વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદી સાહેબ 2014ના પ્રધાનમંત્રી બન્યા પછી ભારત દેશને અનેક પ્રકારના બદલાવ લાવતા આજે આપણે વિશ્વનું એક પ્રતિનિધિ કરવા જઈ રહ્યા છે। ત્યારે આવતા દિવસોમાં G20ના એક યજમાન બન્યા છે। યજમાન બન્યા પછી જ્યારે આજે અમૃત મહોત્સવ ચાલી રહ્યો છે, ત્યારે અમૃત મહોત્સવ અને G20ના માધ્યમથી દેશભરમાં તમામ વિભાગોમાં એક અલગ પ્રકારે એક G20નો પ્રચાર ચાલી રહ્યો છે। G20ના માધ્યમથી એક મજબૂતાઈ તરફ આ દેશને લઈ જવા માટેનો અને આપણને એક અભિગમ મળ્યું છે। ત્યારે આ એક જાગૃતિના ભાગરૂપે જે નાલંદા વિદ્યાલયે જે પ્લાનિંગ કર્યું છે અને ખાસ કરી મોરબીના ઉદ્યોગને લઈને જાગૃતિ બતાવી છે, ત્યારે નાલંદા વિદ્યાલયના પરિવારને ખૂબ 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 અભિનંદન આપું છું। દેશના વડાપ્રધાન નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદી સાહેબ એના વિચારો અને પોઝિટિવ વિચારોના હિસાબે આ દેશને આગળ થઈ રહ્યા છે। આપ સૌને ખબર છે, હમણાં જ આપણું ચંદ્રયાન 3 સફળતાપૂર્વક ચંદ્રની અંદર લેન્ડિંગ થયું। એની પાછળ 6 સપ્ટેમ્બર 2019ના દિવસે ઘણાએ જોયો છે સમય, ઇસરોના ચેરમેન જ્યારે યાન સફળ ન થયું ત્યારે મોદી સાહેબ ત્યાં હાજર હતા અને આખી ટીમને એક પ્રોત્સાહિત કર્યા હતા। મિત્રો એને મદદ કરી હતી, એને હેલ્પ આપી હતી, પ્રોત્સાહિત કરીને એમ કીધું કે ભવિષ્યની અંદર આપણે પણ સફળ થશું એવી હિંમત આપી હતી। એના એક ભાગરૂપે આજે હમણાં આપણું યાન ચંદ્ર ઉપર ઉતર્યું છે। કારણ કે એક હિંમત આપવી, કોઈ સફળ ના થાય તેની પાછળ નેગેટિવ વાત નહીં કરવાની, એને દોષારોપણ નહીં કરવાનો, પણ એને હિંમત આપી અને એક પ્રોત્સાહિત કરીને આજે આપણા ઈસરોના તમામ વૈજ્ઞાનિકોએ એક સફળ થયા છે।
આ દેશના વડાપ્રધાન આદરણીય નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદી સાહેબનું વિઝન છે. અનેક ક્ષેત્રોમાં અનેક પ્રકારના આપણે સફળતા તરફ જઈ રહ્યા છીએ. મેક ઇન ઇન્ડિયા એક અલગ પ્રકારે કન્સેપ્ટ ચાલે છે કે આખા વિશ્વથી તમામ ઉદ્યોગપતિઓને, રોકાણકારોને ઇન્ડિયામાં લાવવા અને એની ટેકનોલોજી એનો ભરપૂર ઉપયોગ કરી અને ભારત ભૂમિ અંદર એનું ઉત્પાદન થાય અને મેક ઇન ઇન્ડિયા બને, આ દિશામાં દેશના વડાપ્રધાન આદરણીય નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદી સાહેબ કામ કરી રહ્યા છે. આવતા દિવસોમાં આપણે કલ્પના નહીં કરી હોય આવું એક ભારત એક વિશ્વગુરુ તરફ જવાનું છે. ત્યારે અમારી કાર્યક્રમ જવા નથી, થોડા સમય કાપું છું. ફરીથી આયોજન બદલ ખૂબ ખૂબ શુભેચ્છા આપું છું અને આ નાલંદા પરિવાર કાયમ માટે અમારા માટે હોય કે આ રાજ્ય માટે હોય, દેશ માટે હોય, આવા કાર્યક્રમમાં કાયમ લીડ કરતું હોય છે. આ નાલંદા પરિવાર એક સાયલેન્ટ પરિવાર છે. ક્યાંય બોર્ડ મારવા કે કરવાની હમણાં મને સાહેબે વાત કરી કે 400 ને માત્ર ડોક્ટરો બન્યા, કંઈક 40 વિશે સરકારી કોલેજોનું એડમિશન કર્યા. એક શિસ્તબદ્ધ સાયલેન્ટ પરિવાર તરીકે જે આજે વિદ્યાર્થીઓને, બાળકોને ઉછેર કરી રહ્યા છે અને ભણાવી રહ્યા છે, એ બદલ હું ખૂબ ખૂબ અભિનંદન આપું છું. અસ્તુ, ભારત માતા કી જય.
ऑफ मोटिवेशन, एक बार और सर के लिए जोरदार तालियां बजा दीजिए. मैं मंच पर आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगा नीलेशभाई जेथपरिया, जो कि कन्वेनर है गुजरात पाटीदार बिजनेस समिट 2024 राजकोट के. तो जोरदार तालियों से स्वागत कीजिए नीलेशभाई जेथपरिया.
नमस्कार, गुड मॉर्निंग. आज નાલંદા સ્કૂલની અંદર જ્યારે એક પ્રતિક રૂપે આપણે કહી શકાય કે આખા વર્લ્ડમાંથી Y20 ના કાર્યક્રમમાં જ્યારે આપ બધા દેશના પ્રતિનિધિ તરીકે પ્રતિક રૂપે જ્યારે પધાર્યા છો, ત્યારે આપ સર્વેનું ભારત વતી હું સ્વાગત કરું છું. આપણે જ્યારે એક G20 અને દેશ જ્યારે G20 ને ઉજવી રહ્યો હોય અને આજે પ્રતિનિધિત્વ જ્યારે ભારત કરી રહ્યું હોય, ત્યારે આખા દેશ માટે આ વર્ષ એક ગર્વનું વર્ષ કહી શકાય. ત્યારે ખાસ કરીને ટીમ નાલંદાને, તેમના દરેક સંચાલકો, આજના આપણા આમંત્રિત મહાનુભાવો, બધા એસોસિએશનના પ્રમુખશ્રીઓ, હમણાં જ આપણી વચ્ચેથી આપણા ધારાસભ્ય શ્રી અને પૂર્વ મંત્રી શ્રી હમણાં જ આપણી વચ્ચેથી નીકળ્યા. ત્યારે ખાસ કરીને દેશ જ્યારે ઉજવણી કરી રહ્યો હોય ત્યારે આપણે ટીવીમાં જોતો હોય કે G20 ચાલી રહ્યો છે, પણ ખરેખર તે શા માટે, તેની અંદર આ દેશો મળીને શું ચર્ચા કરવાના છે, આવી સંમેલન કરીને આજે વિશ્વની અંદર આનાથી શું ફાયદો થશે, તો બધા જ વિચારો આપણા બાળકો, ઉદ્યોગકારો, ભારતની દરેક જનતાના મગજમાં પ્રશ્ન થતો હોય ત્યારે નાલંદા સ્કૂલ તરફથી જ્યારે એક પ્રતિક રૂપે જ્યારે એક આયોજન કર્યું છે, ત્યારે હું એટલું ચોક્કસ કહી શકું કે ભારતના દરેક નાગરિકના મગજમાં જે વિચાર છે તે વિચારને ત્યાં શું ચાલી રહ્યું છે તેનું એક પ્રતિક રૂપે, એક ટ્રાયલ રૂપે જ્યારે અહીં સંમેલન થતું હોય તો 100% નાલંદામાં અભ્યાસ કરતા દરેક વિદ્યાર્થીને આ G20 સમિટનું એક રિપ્લિકા Y20 સમિટમાં
જોવા મળશે તેમાં કોઈ શંકાનું સ્થાન નથી. મિત્રો, આજે ભારત એક વિશ્વગુરુ તરફ જઈ રહ્યું છે ત્યારે જે વિશ્વની અંદર અનેક સમસ્યાઓ છે, પછી આર્થિક હોય, આરોગ્ય ક્ષેત્રની હોય, પોલ્યુશન પ્રદૂષણ ક્ષેત્ર હોય, સાયન્સ એન્ડ ટેકનોલોજી ક્ષેત્ર હોય, મેડિકલ ક્ષેત્રે પણ અનેક સમસ્યાઓ છે. હમણાં જ વિશ્વ આખું કોરોના મહાકાળમાંથી પસાર થયું ત્યારે પણ આપણે ગર્વ સાથે કહી શકીએ કે ભારતના નાગરિકોની સાથે આજે વિશ્વના જે પણ દેશોની જરૂરિયાત હતી ત્યાં વેક્સિનેશન આપ્યું. આપણું કોવિન જે સિસ્ટમ છે તે પણ વિશ્વને પૂરું પાડ્યું. સાથોસાથ દવાની પણ જે દેશને જરૂરિયાત હતી ત્યારે ભારતે પૂરી પાડી. તે ભારત આજે એક આપણું જે સનાતન ધર્મ, એક આપણો ભારતીય વારસો છે, વૈદિક વારસો, કે વિશ્વ આખું એક ગ્લોબલ એક કુટુંબ હોય એ કલ્પના સાથે જ્યારે ભારત આગળ વધી રહ્યું છે ત્યારે પોલ્યુશન ક્ષેત્રે પણ વાત કરીએ તો ફ્રાન્સની અંદર જ્યારે સંમેલન હતું ત્યારે પણ ભારતે એક બીડું ઝડપ્યું કે ભાઈ આવનાર સમયમાં ભારત પોલ્યુશન ફ્રી કરવા માટે કટિબદ્ધ છે. અને આપ બધા જ સાક્ષી છો કે આજે ભારત સૌર ઉર્જા તરફ આગળ વધી રહ્યું છે. સોલાર અને વાઇન્ડ ફાર્મમાં એક ઐતિહાસિક પ્રગતિ કરી અને આવનાર સમયમાં કાર્બન ઉત્પન્ન ના થાય, આજે પોલ્યુશનનો કંટ્રોલ થાય તે માટે કોલસા આધારિત વીજળીમાંથી આજે ભારત એક સૌર ઉર્જા તરફ આગળ વધી રહ્યું છે. ત્યારે તેમાં પણ ભારત એક વિશ્વને મોટું ઉદાહરણ પૂરું પાડી રહ્યું છે. વેપાર જગતની વાત આવે તો આજે મેક ઇન ઇન્ડિયા થકી આખી દુનિયા જ્યારે ચાઇનાનું સેકન્ડ ઓપ્શન જોઈ રહ્યું છે ત્યારે ભારત તેમાં પણ એક આગવું યોગદાન પૂરું પાડી રહ્યું છે. વિશ્વની દરેક બ્રાન્ડો આજે ભારતની અંદર પોતાની ઉત્પાદન બનાવવા માટે આવી રહી છે. આગળ જતા એથી પણ આપણે આગળ વાત કરીએ તો રાજકીય ક્ષેત્રે પણ અમેરિકા હોય, યુકે હોય, તે દેશોમાં પણ ત્યાંના જે લીડરો છે તે પણ ઓરિજિનલ ભારતીય છે. આજે કહી શકાય કે આજે ભારત જે રીતે આગળ વધી રહ્યું છે ત્યારે મિત્રો આપણને લાગે કે આ સંમેલન દ્વારા શું મળશે. આજે ભારત સંમેલન કરી રહ્યું છે પણ આજે નાલંદામાં આવો કાર્યક્રમ કરવાથી આપણને શું ફાયદો થશે. ત્યારે હું ખાસ કરીને બંને સાહેબોને અભિનંદન પાઠવીશ, ટીમ નાલંદાને પણ અભિનંદન પાઠવીશ કે એક વિચાર જે બાળક જ્યારે એજ્યુકેશનની અંદર હોય આજે જે વિચાર વાવવામાં આવશે બની શકે કે આવનાર સમયમાંથી આ જ બાળકો આપણા દેશનું પ્રતિનિધિત્વ કરતા હોય. કોઈ યુકે ભણવા ગયા, ત્યાં રહ્યા, દેશની ત્યાં પણ કામ કર્યું, ત્યાંથી યુકેનું પ્રતિનિધિત્વ કરે. કોઈ મોટી કંપનીમાં ગયા, ત્યાં આગળ કરી અને ત્યાં સીઈઓ બને, તે કંપનીનું પ્રતિનિધિત્વ કરે. એ વિચારધારાને અહીંયાથી એક મૂળમાંથી લાવી અહીંયા એ વિચાર રોપવામાં આવે જેથી કરીને આપમાંથી કોઈ આવનાર સમયમાં ભારતનું પ્રતિનિધિત્વ કરો, વિદેશમાં જઈને પણ ભારતનું પ્રતિનિધિત્વ કરો. એવી એક વિચારનો બીજ જ્યારે આજે વાવ્યું છે ત્યારે હું આપ તમામ પ્રતિક રૂપે બધા દેશોના જે કહી શકાય કે લીડરો આવ્યા છો ત્યારે આપ બધાને ખૂબ બિરદાવું છું. સાથોસાથ ટીમ નાલંદા અને આપ તમામ આજના કાર્યક્રમમાં હાજર રહેલ વિદ્યાર્થીઓને પણ ખૂબ ખૂબ અભિનંદન પાઠવું છું. અસ્તુ ભારત માતા કી જય.
So much sir for your motivational words here. Now I would like to invite Mrs. Richa Bhakdev ma'am, who is convener in this Y20 summit. So please round of applause for ma'am.
It was just an orientation and આજના દિવસ વચ્ચે બહુ ગેપ હતો. Respected all the dignitaries, મોડેલ G20 ગુજરાત કન્વીનર તરીકે આપને ખૂબ ખૂબ વેલકમ કરું છું અને નાલંદા સ્કૂલને એટલું મોટું થેન્ક યુ કે મોરબીમાં આ ફર્સ્ટ ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યુશન છે કે જ્યાં કરી રહ્યું છે. આની પહેલા આખા ગુજરાતમાં 20 નગર જ્યાં પણ મોદી સાહેબ જે યુનિવર્સિટીમાંથી ગ્રેજ્યુએટ થયા એ યુનિવર્સિટીમાં પણ હું જઈને G20 કરી આવી છું. રાજકોટમાં ઠેર ઠેર થયું છે પણ મોરબીનું પહેલું આ વન ઓફ ઇટ્સ કાઇન્ડ G20 છે જેના માટે એન્ટાયર નાલંદા ફેમિલી રાઈટ ફ્રોમ ગામી સર ટુ ઓલ ધ ટીચર્સ ટુ ઓલ ધ સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ એકવાર ટ્રેનિંગ માટે રાજકોટ આવેલા છે. સો આ સ્પિરિટ ઓફ મોરબી રિસ્ક ટેકિંગ ક્વિકલી બધું કરી લેવું quite visible right from the leaders to the future leaders. Thank you so much. Without taking much of the time, I would like to acknowledge the absence of Mr. Nileshbhai Bhadja, જેમના કારણે આખા ગુજરાતમાં મોડેલ G20 દિલ્હીથી આવ્યું છે. એન્ડ સેકન્ડ, એમની ઓલવેઝ એક વાત હોય જે હું આપના સુધી પહોંચાડવા માંગુ છું કે આજે G20 નું રેપ્લિકા આપણે અહીંયા ક્રિએટ કરી રહ્યા છીએ એ તમારી ખાલી બિગિનિંગ છે. જેમ હમણાં સાહેબે કહ્યું એવી રીતે બીકોઝ એ કન્વીનર છે GPBS ના, એમની વિઝનનો આઈડિયા છે કે આજે તમે અહીંયા વર્ચ્યુઅલ તમે જે ખાલી એક રિપ્રેઝેન્ટેટિવ તરીકે બેઠા છો to represent that particular country, maybe future માં તમે actual કરી રહ્યા હશો. So આપણા પ્રાઇમ મિનિસ્ટર સરનું આવું વિઝન છે કે હરેક સ્ટુડન્ટ યુથ જેના G20 ની અલાયન્સ ના ફ્યુચરના ફાયદાઓ થવાના છે એ આને લઈને અવેર થાય. આના માટે આખા ઇન્ડિયામાં ડેલી કેટલી જગ્યાએ મોડેલ G20 હરેક સ્કૂલ કોલેજ યુનિવર્સિટીઝમાં થઈ રહ્યા છે. આવામાં you guys are lucky to have one of its kind in Morbi, and that too first. I acknowledge all the hard work that you did to be here in a very short time. તમારા ડેડિકેશન અને સિન્સિયરિટી નું પણ મને પરિચય છે બીકોઝ આટલી બધી સંસ્થાઓમાં કરતી હોય તો ઇટ બિગિન્સ બીકોઝ તમારા ટીચર્સ એટલા હાર્ડ વર્કિંગ છે ને તમારા પ્રિન્સિપલ ખાલી એકવાર જસ્ટ મળવા આવી અને સરે કીધું કે આપણે કરીએ છીએ. આ ટાઈપનું વિઝન હોવું અને આ ટાઈપના વિઝનરી લીડર્સ વચ્ચે સ્કૂલમાં ભણવું ઇઝ ઓલ્સો વન ઓફ ઇટ્સ કાઇન્ડ એક્સપિરિયન્સ. બે વસ્તુ ખાલી શેર કરીશ then we end up because all the dignitaries have meeting at 10 o'clock. બે મોમેન્ટ તમને ખાલી કહેવા માંગુ છું. એક કે જ્યારે કોવિડના ટાઈમમાં વેક્સિનની અછત હતી ત્યારે પપુઆ દી ગુનિયા નામનું કન્ટ્રી, નામ સાંભળ્યું છે? એમના પ્રાઇમ મિનિસ્ટર આપણા પ્રાઇમ મિનિસ્ટરને પગે લાગીને એમને રિસીવ કર્યા હતા. અને બીજું ઇવેન્ટ કે જ્યારે બ્રાઝિલમાં વેક્સિન નહોતું અને આજુબાજુના દેશવાળા હેલ્પ નહોતા કરતા ત્યારે આપણા કન્ટ્રીએ ફ્રીમાં વેક્સિન આપી. જ્યારે આપણું પ્લેન અહીંયાથી વેક્સિન લઈને ટેક ઓફ થયું ને ત્યાં લેન્ડ થાય એની પહેલા એમના ડિફેન્સ મિનિસ્ટરે ટ્વીટ કરી હતી એક પિક્ચર. આઈ ડોન્ટ નો તમને ખબર છે કે નહીં, હું શેર કરીશ. આપણે પેલું હનુમાનજી વાળી સ્ટોરી ખબર છે કે જ્યારે હનુમાનજી આખો સંજીવની પર્વત લઈને જાય છે, બસ એ જ પિક્ચર એમને ટ્વીટ કર્યું હતું. આજે બી છે, તમે ઘરે જઈને ટ્વિટર ચેક કરી શકો છો કે India became Sanjeevani, Hanumanji carrying that Sanjeevani of COVID vaccine to some country. Globally, we are powerful leader. Globally, we have highest number of youth, which is obviously you all. Make the most of the event. આજે જે research appetite develop કરો છો એ continue કરજો. Thank you again to all the dignitaries. આ ડાયસ પર પહેલીવાર આટલો for the first time in G20 of Gujarat છે. So huge round of applause and a lot of thank you. મને બહુ વધારે ગ્રેટફુલ ફીલ થાય છે. આમ મારા હાથમાં માઇક આવે એટલે હું બંધ ન થાઉં, પણ આજે એટલી બધી ઓવરવેલ્મિંગ ફીલ કરું છું કે I feel short of words. Thank you so much again on behalf of Model G20 Yuvamanthan body, Nalanda School. It's a matter of pride for us કે તમે અમારા માટે આટલું બધું સરસ આયોજન કરી અને બાળકોને રેડી કર્યા. Thank you ગામી sir. Without you this was not possible sir. Thank you so much.
G20 सम्मेलन की शुरुआत का समय आ चुका है.
Rural committee, we would like to start the committee by starting the delegate of India as they are the president of this country, presidency of the G20. So without any further ado, we will begin, and after that we will have the proceedings of other delegates. Thank you.
Delegate of India, you have the floor for next 3 minutes. Next 4 minutes.
Namaste and greeting to all delegates present over here. We, the land of various cultures, where every 100-mile fusion changes and we all enjoy this fusion together. So, a very big opportunity has arrived in the Amrit Kal of our independence. Dear friends, we are working on the global vision for the better future of renewable energy, one sun, one world, one grid, and in G20, our mantra is one earth, one family, one future. We have the GDP of $3.1 trillion, which makes us the fastest growing economy in the world. India is one of the largest shares in vaccination drive, involving more than 2 billion doses. Despite the COVID-19 challenges, Russia-Ukraine war and coordinated interest interest rate by central banks, India is expected to be the fastest growing economy in the world. India was the 10th largest economy earlier, now it is the 5th largest economy, and soon we are on the track to be the 3rd largest economy in the world. The aim by 2030 is to have largest share in global consumption. India launches schemes, awareness programs, workshops in rural areas for development of Industry 3.0. In manufacturing and designing sector, it has already reached to Industry 4.0. With the significant growth, we are also seeking self-reliance, which means Atmanirbhar Bharat. Now friends, as positive and negative are twins, there are not always positive things about country. So let's move to some negative things. Currently, India is facing many economic crises such as poverty, poor education, population density, corruption, private debts and many more. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, our businesses, global markets, banks all were facing crisis. Now we expect from the committee to ease the challenges of growth, development, economic resilience, disaster resilience, political stability, corruption and many more. If we see the defense sector of India, India boasts its 4th largest military force, and with the significant weapon developed by Make in India program, which involves Tejas aircraft, Akash missile system, Arjun battle tank and many more. आज भारत पिछले एक दशक पहले की तुलना में ज्यादा स्थिर, ज्यादा मजबूत, ज्यादा सुरक्षित देश है। राजनीतिक भ्रष्टाचार, योजनाओं में गड़बड़ी और जनता के धन का दुरुपयोग पहले जितनी भी सत्ताएं थी उनकी यह पहचान बन गई थी, लेकिन आज भारत की पहचान उसकी पॉलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी, इकोनॉमिक रिजाइलेंस से हो रही है, जो कि दुनिया में बहुत मायने रखता है। At last, I would like to say that the world has suffered from many crises such as pandemic, economic uncertainty and many more, but in the deep crisis we can still progress and make the world a better place. The logo of G20 of Lotus represents the logo of hope in the all deep crisis. In universal language of music, when the 7 notes come together and perform the perfect harmony, the all 7 continents also should come together and work by respecting the diversity. At last, I would like to say that the India became the first country who landed on the South Pole and achieved the goal of Chandrayaan 3. Thank you everyone. At last, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. May the pride of India stays forever.
Delegate of India, your points were very well noted. Delegate of China, you may proceed. You have 3 minutes.
Point of order. According to Global Hunger Index report 2022, India has been ranked 107 out of 121 and is kept in the serious care. Can you please tell what are your plans for this? Because India has kept after countries like Ethiopia and Nigeria, which are not much developed economy.
Yes, short your question. What is the question?
Shorten your question.
According to Global Hunger Index, India ranked 107 out of 121. So what steps you have taken to solve this problem?
Point of order. According to NCRB, India recorded 31,677 rapes in 2022, which makes India one of the unsafe countries for the women. What measures are the country going to take or have taken to minimize the rape cases in India?
You are right, but India is known for safest country which is better than other countries, which means we are the socialist republic and equality is in our female, so which can be we will resolve surely after some years.
Point of order. What steps are you taking to reduce unemployment in your country?
Economic survey, employment levels have risen in current financial year. Madam Stanley report on India 2023, whereas many employment generation schemes and programs were implemented by the government of India, such as Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana, Manrega, etc., Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana, National Career Service Project, etc.
And on the Manipur riots, which is currently one of the biggest topic around the world, what measures and what are the things on we have taken regarding that.
Okay, delegate of China, the delegate of India will answer via chat. You just ask the question that you have in a chat and then just pass it. Delegate of China, please speak black card. Any other followed by delegate of Turkey, followed by delegate of Germany.
Order. As you mentioned in your speech about fastest developing country, right? So I would like to ask you that India is fastest developing country, yet wide population is transferring, like they are migrating and shifting to other countries for foreign nations, right? So can you please explain why, if it is fastest developing country?
It was the topic of past, but in current, Union government has taken precedent measures for labor welfare and employment generation across India after COVID-19, which makes the less migration from our country and which causes that people are sufficient with the unemployment and government. So now the migration rates have been decreasing by our country. It was the topic before the COVID-19, but after COVID-19, it has been reformed.
Point of order. As our respected Indian delegate, our question is about UCC, a well-known dispute going in India. So can we get an elaborated speech on the UCC?
You said that your country is developing, right? So my question is, how you are prepared for your poverty eradication in future? What are the steps taken by your country?
Like Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Dhan Yojana, Samagra Shiksha, and steep decline. And according to the report, there is a steep decline in number of multidimensional poor from 24.85% to 14.96% between the year 2015 to 16.
Greetings to all the members of G20 and all the countries over here. Today I, the delegate of China, representing a country with a rich history and commitment towards global well-being. And our gathering underscores responsibility towards the global challenges we are facing currently in our planet Earth. So the challenges we are facing is climate change, economic disparities, and a transformative technological revolution. Talking about the first, climate change. What are the steps we have taken regarding the climate change? Well, the steps we have taken is by 2030, our China is aiming to reduce the carbon intensity about 65%. And in order to reduce the carbon emissions, we have framed many of the policies. And talking about the non-fossil fuels primary consumption, which we will reduce by 25% in 2030. And till 2060, our net consumption, carbon emission will be 0%. Talking about the economic disparities. Right now, China is facing, due to global recession, deflation. And in order to reduce the deflation, we are trying to increase the money supply in the economy by using our forex reserves. By using our forex reserves, we would like to increase the money supply, and also we will invest in many of the opportunities and startups and ideas of our country. And talking about the technological revolution, we have invested in many of the AI companies, and we have also given opportunities and ideas and also financed them and supported them in order to get the harness of the technological benefits. I would also like to invite all the G20 countries to harness and get the potential benefits of the technological revolution and obtain benefit from it. And at the last, I would like to say that all G20 countries' strength lies in their unity. So together, by forgetting our differences, I would like to tell everybody that we should unite and always prosper for our humanity. And many steps we have taken to also to reduce the global issues and one of them is healthcare by forming an alliance with Brazil, Russia, and South Africa. By forming the alliance, we have also tried to solve the problem of the healthcare system. As we have saw that in COVID-19, the healthcare system of many of the countries wasn't enough to tackle that pandemic on that level. So in order to reduce or tackle the in future threats, we have formed the alliance with Brazil, Russia, and South Africa, and we will export many of the medicines and vaccines related to in future threats and diseases from South Africa directly only through their infrastructure and also by our technological advancements. So at last, I would like to extend my gratitude towards all the G20 countries, and China is always ready to collaborate, listen, and lead by example. Thank you.
Point of order. Our question is, what is the benefit of BRI you are working on?
Point of order. My question is to China that why China been accused of hacking into computer system of other countries, including Italy.
So China is an independent country, and we have the independent citizens also. And we don't have this much control on the public that if they are hacking or they are doing something like that, and related to if your cyber security, if you are facing problem, it may have problem in your cyber security only. It's not our concern. To defend our.
But it is a thing of government. The government of China is doing hacking our softwares of other countries.
It's not from the government side. They are the citizens of our country, and we are not forcing or telling them to hack your systems and your cyber cells and whatever it is that. It's their choice, and if they are doing that.
As China is run by CCP, Chinese Communist Party, and earlier you mentioned people of China is independent. So, is there any chance in future that you will be like a democracy of India, fully transparent?
The developing stage. Right now, Communist Party is an essential part of the development of China, and we think that democracy is not must be a near thing we need to adopt. And talking about the independent thing, you have told me that people of China are independent. Yes, they are independent, and they are always free to do whatever they want, and just like democracy. But just the question of government you are saying about it, I think development is more important than democracy in our country.
What steps are taken, and on paper, China is on democracy since a very long time. So will it be practically or just on paper?
Well, China is democratic, not just only on paper. I know there is only one party, which is Chinese Communist Party, but I don't think the people are very satisfied with our government, so they think that Chinese Communist Party is enough for that.
Steps taken to transform into democracy. Did mention.
Point of order. Many more fear that China will use its growing economic and military power to force its neighbor to defer to it. What are your views on this?
Pardon? Repeat.
Many more fear that China will use its growing economic and military power to force its neighbor to defer it. What are your views on this?
That's our one China policy, and we believe that together the territories which we are trying to capture it, and you are saying it, but we haven't captured yet. And the thing is, we want one China and grow together. So we want Taiwan and all that countries which are saying that we are trying to capture it. So together we want that a motive to grow and develop.
Delegate of China, don't you think that is like a thing that you want to apply? And does the delegate of Taiwan or anybody else wants that to happen? Because China's policies are quite strict and they don't believe they want their people to be happily lived, not like China. Do you think the delegate of Taiwan would want to do that? Or are you just trying to capture them?
It's not about the capturing thing. I think that if they are ready or not, we don't have a clear or.
What if they are not? Would you like to still take Taiwan? What if they are not? Would you still take Taiwan? No cross of delegates.
Absolutely not. If it's against their will, we won't.
Any other points on the floor? Yes, delegate of France and delegate of.
Point of order. China has been accused of engaging in unfair trade practices such as intellectual property theft and forced technology transfers. How does your country plan to address these concerns and promote a level playing field for global trade?
About the global trade, I think that we have more foreign direct investments from many of the major companies and multinational corporations. If they are investing in, they must have some brain and some of ideologies if they are investing in. If they are facing some of the unfair trade practices and all, they wouldn't have invested in our country. And talking about the accuse or the complaint you have, or the question you have questioned me, is I think not that much valid or that much reasonable and.
What was the source for this question? It's an official source, so you might not want to say that statement that is not. As you have watched.
As you have already said in your speech that you are facing a problem of deflation, so how are you going to overcome the problem of deflation and how will you continue to support the economic growth?
And the solution is by using our forex reserves, we would like to increase the money supply in our economy in order to tackle the deflation.
Point of order. What changes you had seen in your economy since you had joined G20?
Repeat once again.
What changes you had seen in your economy since you had joined G20?
After joining G20, China is still growing. We don't have to worry about our economy if G20 doesn't affect our economy in any ways. But I think China is growing and it is the fastest growing GDP in all over the world.
Namaste to all. Just as the Namaste gesture reflects a deep respect for one another, so too does the G20 members towards a common commitment towards addressing the global challenge. Japan is world's third largest economy as its three main sectors are technologically advanced. Infrastructure is the foundation of a country's development. Japan aims to mobilize more than $65 billion over next 5 years. Japan's economy has shown remarkable progresses thanks to our unwavering progress in innovation, resilience and global cooperation. The work on the plan to achieve zero carbon emission by 2050 is also being going. By 2030, Japan will have reduced 46% of its emissions. For other sectors such as transportation, manufacturing and housing, the strategy's main plan is to shift the energy sources towards electricity. Japan has established $2 trillion as a Green Innovation Fund, which will provide continuous support to its research and development team. Japan also promotes international cooperation in areas such as disaster management, education, healthcare and etc. Japan has also been actively participating in peacekeeping operations and humanitarian assistance. With the Green Growth Strategy, Japan will promote decarbonization, which is one of the most crucial challenges for the future of the humanity. Taking the challenge as an opportunity, Japan will work together with all the countries and to achieve a truly sustainable society by promoting innovation and fostering new industries. By 2025, Japan will reduce the gap between men and women by 25% in its workforce. Moreover, we are investing in education, especially for girls. As we are 5.0, we will enhance girls and women's access to digital technology. This will ensure well-being and empowerment of our citizens. Japan's Industry 5.0 focuses on the integration of AI, robotics and Internet of Things into its manufacturing processes. Through initiatives like technology transfer, capacity building and knowledge sharing, we will provide support to other countries in implementing and adopting Industry 5.0. Japan is the fastest aging society. By 2050, and approximately 40% of its population will be 65 years old. With more elderly people, the workforce is also declining. Japan has set ambitious goals for the future of G20. So, for digital innovation, foster entrepreneurship, and promote gender equality. By fostering international cooperation and coordination, together we can make a difference. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Point of order. Can technology replace human empowerment?
Technology cannot completely replace the human, but it will work faster. It will help us to develop. As we are Industry 5.0, Japan is developing because of this technology only. We are Industry 5.0 as we have very good technology. Yes, it cannot replace human, but it can work better than human.
Point of order. How is your country facing the challenges of low replacement of the workforce in the face of rapid technological advancement in Industry 5.0?
Yes, Japan is aging population. Japanese government has taken number of measures to address the challenge posed by aging society. This includes increases immigration, increases the retirement of age. By 2030, now 65 years old people are working in Japan, but by 2030 it will be to 70 years, so that people can work. Then promote encouraging flexible working hours. Encouraging flexible working hours. Government is also encouraging business to offer flexible working arrangement, telecommunicating and part-time work. Then promote providing financial incentives for couples to have children.
Working on that, we are.
What are you working? Give me 6 schemes of it.
In old age people to work, and we are teaching them the work, and we are also expanding access to care, that we are providing healthcare facilities so they can work in their old ages.
But don't you think they are getting old, so they will get tired at some point?
So in that case we have technology, so they can replace humans.
Okay, I think that after 70 years old, people might start dying. So don't you think that you should focus on your youth instead of just the old people?
In Japan, there is lack of youth. So we are higher in technology, so we are replacing humans by technology.
Don't you think that Japan will become a point where there won't be humans, there will just be machines? There will just be robots. And Japan has a lot of hotels where there is no staff, there is just robots working.
We are also working on that.
You are working on everything, but that working is not being able to see, or the process or the progressing is not able to see right along the delegates of this. Would you like to use my check?
Point of order. What measure are your country taking for addressing the issue of mental pressure?
Yes, the Japanese government had taken a number of measures to address the issue of mental pressure. This includes first promoting awareness. The government has launched a number of public awareness campaigns to raise the awareness of mental health issue. Second point, expanding access to care. This government has expanded access to mental health care, such as increasing the number of mental health professionals and providing more funding for more mental health services. Professionals are there for providing the support. Then strengthening school mental health program. Government is strengthening school mental health programs, such as by providing more training to teachers. They will try to reduce the awareness of mental health issue.
What are you going to do for your country as your youth is declining?
As our youth is declining, we are attracting foreign workers. The government has reduced immigration laws to make it easy to force the workers in Japan. Now they with our technology.
Harm to environment and water body by Fukushima wastewater release, which is radioactive. Comment on it.
Please repeat.
Harm to environment and water body by Fukushima wastewater release, which is radioactive. Comment on it.
Answer by G.
Greeting to all delegates. As the President of the Russia, it is a great and massive thing for us to be part of G20, representing the world's major economies to address pressing challenges and chart a course for a prosperous and secure future. We meet with the representative of Business 20 and Labour 20 to highlight our vision. Despite all the measures taken, the unemployment level in the G20 countries is still higher than they were before the crisis. This situation differs from one country to another, but there are a number of very serious problems that affect most the G20 countries. The first problem is the youth unemployment, structural unemployment, and the qualified specialists who cannot find jobs. The second is the financial sector of the economy. As we all know that the finance sector is the backbone of the economy, and the third most stage is the trade. As you all know about the Ukraine and Russian war, due to this war of Russia and Ukraine, our trade with other countries, neighbor country like USA, is not sufficient. The import and export of the raw material and the materials is not in good. It is not in good condition. So, but due to this war, India and Russia are really truly friendship country, but we are not getting the much material and or the export and import of the materials from the India. So due to this reason, our country's GDP dropped by 2.1% in year 2022, and it may shrink by 2.5% in 2023. Okay. But we said that opportunity also come on the other hand. So achievement that to be noted down is that we are the world's largest satellite launcher, and we have completed the GLONASS satellite navigation system, and we have also reduced the greenhouse gas emission by 30%. G20 provides a platform to shape our world's future. Being the delegate of the Russia, we are committed to leveraging a collective influence to drive a positive change in our country. So,
point of order. According to World Report, you are the most corrupted countries. What are the steps you have taken to solve this?
Upgrading the anti-corruption law with Article 13.3, Russia has made a significant step towards strengthening the framework of its anti-corruption legislation.
Delegate of Russia, do you know that the policy that you just mentioned is going uphill?
It is declining, delegate. It is not coming in use. Nobody is using.
And according to the person you are representing, has also mentioned in one of their speeches that they are planning to shut this scheme as well because it's not implementing biochip. As you are Russia and you have the supreme power, I'll give you one biochip. Delegate of Germany.
In the Ukraine and Russian war, how much was the monetary loss in the war and in education sector, public sector, etc.?
Delegates, no Russia, Ukraine.
Point of order. In recent years, there have been number of high-profile political scandals and protests. What are your plans to address the political instability in your country and to ensure a smooth transition of power?
In recent years, there have been a number of high-profile political scandals and protests. What are your plans to address the political instability in your country and to ensure a smooth transition of power?
We are really working on this issue, and we have made certain schemes related to that to solve that problem.
Please tell me some schemes that you make for this.
And delegate, you cannot use Google when you are answering. You have already got minus 2. Do you want to have more minuses? Then let me know.
Human trafficking is a major problem in Russia. What steps you have taken to solve this problem?
Yes. Human trafficking.
For a kind information, not only Russia is doing that work.
But
India.
Russia is the highest for human trafficking. Answer it like that way.
Okay.
By the way, for your knowledge, in Indian currency for 7,000 a Russian is sold for 16 days.
I know. Not only in India, but Malaysia, Thailand, China, Japan.
So you know the problem, but you still have not come up with a solution. There is no schemes for human trafficking in Russia as well. I don't think so you guys have any scheme that's implementing.
Using, that's why we are supplying that.
Ma'am, if you will supply, people will buy, but if you don't supply only, and it's not called supply, it's doing human trafficking. If you don't do human trafficking, then nobody will utter.
I understand.
Would you like to use right to silence?
Greetings, delegates. We, the delegate of USA, are honored to represent United States at this important G20 summit. Our motive is to promote our interests and meet global challenges, also to build a more peaceful, stable, and prosperous world together. The US is committed to leading the way to Industry 4.0 as we have strong industrial base. Artificial intelligence, robotics, quantum computing, 3D painting, a skilled workforce, and a vibrant, innovative ecosystem. Success has nothing to do with what you gain in life for yourself. It's what you do for others. We have made an alliance with Germany, Australia, and Mexico for better and speedy development globally. We provide capital goods to industrial colony. As the world is suffering from war, we provide defense services to Ukraine. America, being a superpower, is highly committed to simultaneously provide platforms to all the alliances of G20 and seek help on some of its national issues. The United States upholds its status as the major global economy and the richest country, steadfastly preserving its pinnacle position. Our military is the most powerful in the world, and it helps keep the country safe from threats to not only our country but to many other countries where we provide protection. Nothing interesting is ever completely one-sided. Poverty and inequality. The gap between the rich and the poor is wide. Immigration. Number of illegal immigrants crossing the border has increased. GDP of US is on the first rank with estimated $25.896 trillion. Service sector creates the most of GDP, which is 80.2%. Only by giving, we are able to receive more than what we actually have. We have a treaty with Canada on the basis of exporting machinery and boilers in exchange of pharmaceutical products. G20 has a unique opportunity to shape the future of global economy. The world is watching G20 with hope. We have a responsibility to act. Therefore, by bringing together leaders from diverse economies, we hope that outcome of our efforts brings peace and harmony in our lives. Truly, thank you all for all your cooperation and support.
It is with great pride and honor that we address you today. as the delegate of Mexico, serving a thankful regard to all the elite members in this esteemed Y20 summit, and gracious to India, who is presidenting this event in their vibrant country. We are considered as one of the most open and globalized economy in the world, with limited restrictions to trade. We have GDP of $1,269 billion and we rank 14th in the world. And we are also second largest economy in Latin America. We are major oil and gas producer with reserve that has ranked among top 10 countries. Today, we are 7th largest producer of passenger vehicle manufacturing country, 12th largest supplier of aerospace, and 15th as exporter of medical device globally. Over next decade, between $60 to $150 could flow into Mexican economy as a part of efforts to relocate production from Asia, particularly from China, which can boost growth rate. Along with this, Mexico is facing certain problems like corruption, crime and insecurity, poverty, environmental challenges, and climate change. We are on early stage of Industry 4.0. As this presents a tremendous opportunity to overcome economic gap, Government of Mexico has taken several initiatives to adapt Industry 4.0, like National Program for Fourth Industrial Revolution and National Strategy for Development of AI. Unemployment in Mexico is dropped this year. But there are significant challenges like youth unemployment and informality. The economy in Mexico is growing rapidly, with 14 million people working under this modality. We are among the top 15 countries in the world in terms of value of its mineral export. Mexico's status as a major producer and exporter of raw material make it important player in the global commodity market. And we are also playing major role as a supplier of raw material in our alliances with US, Germany and Australia. We have treaty with Russia for which we import semi-finished goods in return. Thank you.
Greetings to all the delegates. We, the delegate of Germany, we are honored to be here to represent our country in this G20 summit. Germany is a federal republic country located in the Central Europe, and is the second most populous country in the Europe after Russia, and it is the leading member of a European Union and a NATO. Germany is a highly developed country with a strong economy and a high standard of living. Germany is the 4th largest economy and the 5th largest economy in the world, and it is a major center for the culture and has a with rich heritage and history. Germany's GDP is $4.308 trillion, and the growth rate of GDP is down by 0.2% in the economy because of the massive inflation. This massive inflation is because of the high price increase on the goods and services, which reflected on the household consumption expenditure, which was also due to the war of Ukraine, which was late started in 2022. Germany is the 3rd largest exporter of goods and services. Some of the goods are machine, cars, pharmaceutical, mechanical appliances, boilers, etc. Some of the trading nations are US, China, Russia, Japan, Netherlands, France, Italy, etc. Germany's imports is nearly about $2,000.11 billion. Imports of Germany are textiles, germs, jewelries from India, crude oil, petroleum from Saudi Arabia, aircraft from US, and iron ore coal from...
Conclude your speech, delegate.
some of the problems are unemployment, trade wars, high debt, and I would like to conclude that we have made an alliance with the US, Mexico, Australia. Thank you. Okay, delegates, I have a notice.
Masalama to all the prestigious leaders across the globe for the presence in this global summit, fostering cumulative growth and retrenchment, leading to the unified development by compensating each other's strength and demand. Saudi Arabia is present here to propagate on realizing opportunities for 21st century for 21st century for all, by empowering people, by creating conditions to live, work and thrive. Here monarchy is the rule in our kingdom. The GDP of our country is slowed down to 3.3% from 7.6% in 2022. However, the long-term outlook of our country is positive. As it is said that the future belongs to those who believe in the dreams. We are investing in manufacturing sector with the aim of diversifying the economy away from the oil in tourism, with the aim of attracting 100 million people by 2030. These investments are done to create job opportunities and boost economic growth. The FDIs is also done by many countries like US, China, Germany, average $750 million. We are ranked 13th globally as one of the most visited country and 17th largest economy in the world. Our trading partners are US, China, South Korea, Japan, etc. Our main export products are crude oil, petroleum, organic and inorganic chemicals, etc. We mainly import machinery, electric equipments, vegetables, etc. Saudi Arabia are known for their hospitality and generosity. Visitors are often welcomed with the open area.
Conclude your speech, delegate.
We have made an alliance with South Korea, Turkey and France to solve the problem of food insecurity and cyber security. It has been given the name Project Z. In these agreements, Saudi Arabia will provide the transportation and logistic infrastructure. We have also signed a treaty with South Korea for advanced technology and electric equipment. At last, we would like to say that our kingdom wish to take steps forward towards an advanced world that thrive together. Shukran Jazeelan.
Point of order. Women in Saudi Arabia face a number of restrictions, including the requirement to obtain permission from a male guardian to travel, work or marry. They are also not allowed to drive or vote. So what is your country doing to solve this?
Reforms dedicated to the promotion of women's engagement in economic development by seating an equal age for both gender, preventing gender discrimination.
Regarding
not affecting our mental health.
Ma'am, there is literally stats in Al Jazeera which you can check. There is in official websites as well that these things are affecting your people's mental health.
As in your past meeting, you have mentioned you will reduce the supply of crude oil, which is major source of your income. And through that, you have an alliance with South Korea in trading with crude oil. So, will there be rise in crude oils if you reduce? And if you have any other plans, please explain.
Can you please short? We are investing in manufacturing sector as well. We are investing in renewable energies.
No, I am not asking for the diversifying their industries. I am asking that in their past meeting they have mentioned that they will reduce the supply of crude oil, which may rise the price of crude oil and will lead to a global inflation or deflation like situation.
Okay. First of all, in prior G20 committees, you might have mentioned that, but right now your full GDP, almost 90% of GDP is dependent on crude oil. So first of all, that's something that we should first of all take care about and then speak in the committee. And second of all, Delegate of Indonesia had a valid question. You can answer it. From the whole G20, Y20 is being removed as there is too many checks to handle. No Y20 will be entertained from now onwards. So if you cannot answer it, it's up to you, it's not up to us anymore. As we have already gotten many, there's just been 8 speakers and we've got 30 plus. So no checks entertained for the whole G20 conference. Want to use right to silence?
The public practice of any form of religion other than Islam is illegal in Saudi Arabia. Don't you think the people living in Saudi Arabia that are not from Islam religion have right to practice the religion practices in public?
In a report, Human Rights Watch accused Saudi border guards of firing heavily and using explosive weapons to kill Ethiopian migrants who were trying to cross Yemen into the kingdom. But Saudi Arabia rejects accusation of killing Ethiopians at Yemen border. What you can say?
Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is constantly trying to protect, promote and foster human rights, and there are also there are many rules for that.
What did you just say?
Please repeat.
Yes, can you
Yes. The government has made many laws to protect the rights.
Ma'am, did you hear the question? What did they say? So it's not related to the questions. I don't think so anybody would want an answer like that. By the way, pardon me, I'm young. Right? Delegate of Turkey.
Greetings to all the delegates present here. Distinguished leader of a G20 nation, it is an honor to address as a delegate of Turkey. Turkey is a land of contrast where East meets West, ancient meets modern, and history meets culture. We define our G20 presidency priorities with inclusiveness, investment, and implementations. Turkey's economy is growing steadily in recent years, with $929.55 billion, with being 19th largest in the world. But we are also facing some major challenges like high inflation, unemployment, and political instability. But our government is implementing the reforms to reduce unemployment, strengthen our democracy, and to reduce a high inflation. Our gig economy is blooming as more people embrace a freelance and temporary work, as the rise of technology and growing demand of flexibility is driving this trend. Some of our most popular gig economic platforms are Ratier, 911, and Trendy, which aims at providing opportunity, flexibility, and earnings. Turkey has set an ambitious goal in its Vision 2023 plan, including becoming one of the top 10 world economies and to achieve a per capita income by $25,000 and to reduce unemployment by 5%. Further, Turkey aspires to be a European member state and also to play a key role in regional conflict resolution and integration. Our country has entered into a treaty with France to enhance financial empowerment and to promote a investment mobility. These agreement aims to strengthen economic ties, and we are also grateful to be alliance with Saudi Arabia, South Korea, and France, being a whole manufacturing hub of all cutting-edge machines and technology is an absolute honor. Together, we will create a future which is innovative and inspiring. And Turkey, by this G20 summit, wants to create inclusive global growth. Together, let us work towards a greener, more sustainable world for generations to come and seize these opportunities of G20 summits to reaffirm our commitments to a better world. Thank you. In Turkish, we say teşekkürler.
How
How's to the honorable dignitaries and my fellow countrymen, standing before you as the delegate of South Africa. In the words of our citizen, I quote, may the African sun always shine through your eyes and may the sound of its drum always beat in your heart. I unquote. I would like to start by introducing our economy. The major sectors of the economy are finance, real estate, business services, which almost contribute 22% to the GDP of our country. Services, especially finance, play a crucial role in South Africa's economy. As tourism sector adds significant value to the economy and overall development of the country, in this year, tourism sector nearly added 3.7% to the GDP. When COVID-19 pandemic hit the country, the momentum of this tourism stopped. South Africa's financial budget of 2023 is around 227 million rand in 2023. We are set to grow at an average rate of 16.5% in 2025 and 26. We mainly use our finance to enable economic growth, job creation, building infrastructure, etc. In 2021, South Africa exported a total of $143 billion. We mainly export refined petroleum, broadcasting equipment, crude petroleum, diamond, motor vehicles which are exported to European Union, India, China, US and many other countries. South Africa has adopted Industry 4.0 principles and has been growing with the focus on sectors like mining, manufacturing, agriculture, etc. The country is working towards enhancing its technological infrastructure and workforce skills. The bulk of South Africa's export to Russia is agriculture. We mainly export citrus fruits and imports are dominated by copper, wheat, agrochemicals.
Conclude your speech, delegate.
We have made an alliance with China, Brazil and Russia for the development of healthcare facilities which affected the country due to pandemic. The country which are in alliance with us will provide us the raw material to set up industry on our lands and to export it to the other countries after production. So at last I want to conclude my speech by saying that G20 will remain sensitive to the needs of developing economies of South Africa and G20's presidency will provide us a unique platform to place its agenda that will bring Global South at center. Thank you.
As a delegate of UK, it is beneficial and grateful for us to be the part of G20 countries. There is no country in the world who is not affected by Russia-Ukraine war. I would like to thank the India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the role he has played in hosting this G20 in this challenging time. I would like to highlight that we have 6th largest GDP in the world and 2nd largest GDP in the Europe. With $3.16 trillion, our population is approx 67 million. Total trade at the end of May 2023 is of around 1,758.7 billion euros, export of 856.1 billion euro and import of 904.6 billion euros. Our main export is of machineries, automobiles, chemicals and oil, and our main import is of crude oil, chemicals, precious metals, etc. We have 4.0 industrial revolutions. The UK technology sector has recently passed a valuation of $1 trillion, the third highest in the world. We have established a new global talent network with initial hubs being set up in US and India. Growth is never by chance. It is a result of force working together. UK is forming alliance with India, Argentina and European Union. We are providing technology. Now moving on climate progress. Our main aim was to reduce the greenhouse gas emission by 2050. And finally, I would like to conclude that protection of our people, territory and government body is most important to us. Thank you.
Respected fellow delegates and jury members, as the representative of European Union, I stand before you with a vision of unity, strength and collaboration on this global stage. Today, we gather here as a part of G20 representing world's major economies to address pressing challenges and chart a course of prosperous and secure future. We operate as a single market made up of 27 countries and we account for 7% of world's population, which is 448.4 million. European Union is the third largest economy in the world after USA and China. The GDP that we account for is 16.64 trillion euros. In second quarter of the 2023, the employment went up by 0.2% and GDP went up by 0.3%. The average age of population in European Union countries is 44.4 years. The 2023 budget allows us to mobilize and help mitigate the severe consequences faced by Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine. We are also building a greener and more resilient Europe to nurture technology and transitions. Our long-term budget is of 7 years and the trade we account for is 14% of world's trade. We have formed an alliance with Argentina and India for the theme of global industrialization 4.0. For enhancing our security, we have formed a policy of common defense and security policy. For innovation, we have formed EU Hub of Innovation, which helps to make new innovations. And now comes the most important, climate change. And for that, European we have signed many multilateral agreements for climate change. Last, I want to say that we will work hand in hand together in G20 with all the representative countries present here. Thank you.
As we are gathered here to exchange the ideas, shape of future, let us embrace the beauty and diversity of India. Let a country that truly embraces the spirits of unity and the progress. France military strengthen the investment in advanced technologies and the plans to increase the military spending are important. The residential economy, global membership and the strong trade with the US are not worthy. Together let us shape the united progressive future. France economy shines the brightly as it proudly claims the 7th spot globally in the nominal GDP. Its per capita income, a delightful 44,410, adds to touch the elegance to the nations of prosperity. France's economic strength is top revision of FID in Europe, record-breaking exports and notable imports. Challenges are cost of living crisis, rising poverty rates, transport and emerging costs. Difficulties and the extreme poverty affecting the specific groups. France's approach to Industry 4.0 is technological innovations, digital transformations, sustainable development, research, startup supports, and international cooperation. Cooperation in GDP, climate change, sustainable development, peace and security, financial empowerment, investment mobility. France and Turkey have signed a treaty with the G20 focusing on the financial empowerment and investable mobility. This cooperation with the G20 framework amplifies the spirit of international cooperation and shared good of sustainable economic development. France and Japan have signed a treaty within the G20 where France will provide the defense equipment to Japan and Japan will supply transport vehicle to France. This cooperation aims to strengthen the defense capacity and promote the mutual supports. In the remarkable projects here, our estimated alliance members have come together to make.
Delegate, conclude your speech.
We have together form an alliance with the Saudi Arabia, Turkey, with France and the South Korea for the food insecurity and the cyber crime. Thank you.
Hello esteemed leaders and jury members from around the world. It's an honor to gather here at G20 Summit to promote economic growth and address global challenges. It is wisely said that in order to predict your future, you will have to create it together. We are the delegates of Australia going to represent our country, which is formally known as Commonwealth of Australia. It is the 6th largest country by landmass and considered as the most mega-diverse country in the Southern Hemisphere. As a member of the G20 Summit, Australia plays a vital role in the global transition of clean energy, cluster supply chains, and scale-up sustainable financing by supporting its Pacific partners. Our country is the world leader in the low emission technology, and every year we spend $1.9 billion investment packages in the future technologies to reduce its cost. Our economy is the 13th largest economy by nominal GDP in 2023, and we provide high-skilled workforce to solidify our economic growth in near future. Our primary sector plays an important role in our economy, and we export around 72% of wheat and 55.5% of iron ore. We have recently signed a treaty with Germany in order to import the cars from them. Our industrial sector has evolved over the years by adapting the change in the technology and global demands. Moreover, the manufacturing sector demonstrates capacity to innovate the high-value products. As the Industry 4.0 is radically transforming the national economies, the innovation and digitalization calls for paradigm shift in manufacturing sectors. As Australia and Germany are the dynamic player in this field, so we have started the initiative of Platform Industry 4.0 in Germany and Prime Minister Industry 4.0 Task Force in Australia. They both work in the areas like support small and medium-sized industry and Industry 4.0 test lab, etc. The industry sector almost contributes 24% of GDP. Sustainability is the heart of our tech vision. The foreign relation of Australia is good, and recently signed the AU-GM alliances with Germany, Mexico and USA to boost up global trade and industrial colony. Our country helps them by giving the landmass and infrastructure to carry out the global economic growth. Our defense force is the military organization to defend our country and ranked 14th in the world. We are one of the non-NATO supporters of the Ukraine in the Russia-Ukraine war and held Russia accountable for illegal and immoral invasion in Ukraine. Lastly, I would like to say that our focus on navigating the global economy back to strong, sustainable and resilient growth at the summit. We have stated that deepening Australia's engagement with Southeast Asia region to keep priority for the government. Our future is intertwined, so it is essential that we work together and to achieve the peaceful, stable and prosperous future. Thank you.
Told that they do not need G20 to develop. Isn't it arrogancy towards this summit?
If you have heard me correctly, I said that this G20 summit has not impacted that much, which is something can be considerable or which is visible. It hasn't impacted in that way. I'm not saying that it's never impacted anything like that.
I heard you correctly, and you said will China don't need G20 to develop.
If you have heard something like that, we are sorry for that.
Greetings, delegate. We, the delegates of Argentina, are glad to see you all in this wonderful summit of G20 hosted by India, the new president of this prestigious cooperation. We thank to our friend Mr. Narendra Modi to invite us in this summit and this beautiful nation known for its culture and wisdom. Argentina, with a GDP of 632 billion US dollars, is one of the most important nations in Latin America and is currently ranked 22nd largest economy in the world. It has foreign reserves of 33 billion US dollars and foreign debts of 398 billion US dollars. Major exports of Argentina is from primary sector. Goods like corn, soybean meal, soybean oil, delivery trucks and wheat are exported to Brazil, China, US, India and China. One of the most important events taking place in the whole world and especially in developed and high industrialized countries is the fourth industrial revolution or Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0, an initiative from Germany, has become a globally adopted term in past decade. Many countries have introduced similar strategic initiatives and considerable research efforts has been spent on developing and implementing some of Industry 4.0 technologies. Its main characteristics are linked with automation, data exchange and digitalization. Argentina has a strong tradition of science and technology. Its research centers and researchers enjoy global recognition and its firm export high technological products to world's most demanding markets. The public sector support for research and development has intensified in 21st century. With the creation of Ministry of Science, Technology and Productive Innovation, the status of science, technology and innovation has reached to the state policy. High technology exports in Argentina was reported at 466 million US dollars in 2021. But still, the current economic strength of the country is not enough to revolutionize most of the industries. The country is currently in poverty and facing many drawbacks like inflation, scarcity of resources, etc. due to COVID-19. Large part of population is unemployed. The cost of innovation is high and it requires highly skilled workforce which is not available in the country. Moreover, country is failing in its recovery from this crisis. So revolution in industry is not possible at present day. But Argentina hopes that they can achieve this in future by the help of other members of its newly formed alliance named AUI. Conclusion. The development pace of Argentina concludes that there is still a long way for Argentina to become a 4.0 industrial country. But Argentina will still try to develop their industry sustainably. Because the revolutionary is not an apple that falls when it ripes. You have to make it fall. Thank you.
Greetings, jury members and my fellow delegates. We, the delegate of Brazil, are happy to see you in all this G20 summit organized by our friend India. I take the opportunity to congratulate all the members of the G20 for the tiny initiatives developed throughout the year. We want a future of sustainable development and full of opportunities for our population. As a 5th largest country by population and 10th largest country in terms of GDP, we highlight universal access to health, education and the digital economy. Brazil's G20 initiatives included the need to reform international financial architecture itself. Most of the Brazil industries are currently operating in Industry 3.0 and Brazil is home of around 7 lakh industries and only 1.6% of them have joined the Industry 4.0. So, we have created the Brazil Chamber of Industry 4.0 which brings together the government, academia and the business sector. The action plan of 2021-23 of the Brazil Chamber of Industry 4.0 wants to establish its initiatives by these 4 working groups. First, human capital. Second, technological development and innovation. Third, productive change and development suppliers. Fourth, regulation, technical standardization. The implementation plan of 2021-23 have already achieved results for its industrial sector of the Brazil, such as modernization of the labor regulation, related safety in work production equipment, facilitating the international human machine for the Industry 4.0. We also have formed a treaty with China in which we will supply them crude oil and iron ore. In exchange, they will give us the technology which will help our industries to come in the Industry 4.0. As we all know, the Russia-Ukraine war have economical, social and political consequences. These have affected the developing world in terms of poverty, employment and many more. We support a negotiated policy to the solution of the conflict. We want to find a third alternative to solve this conflict. As we all know, in 2020, we met a dark age. It was the coronavirus. Millions of people died because of it. So, we Brazil and they currently forming an alliance with South Africa, China and Russia to prepare this world for upcoming viruses like coronavirus. We Brazil have a very important role in this alliance as we are going to provide herbs and the raw materials that are key components in making vaccines and medicines. Currently, our country is facing issues like merge average GDP growth rate, which is of 0.6 per decade. Over the past decade, despite favorable demographics, we just want to say that we will solve this issue by pursue pension and tax reforms, trade operation, investment in infrastructure and key reforms. Thank you. They will help us to make vaccines and medicines.
They are not even capable to launch their own medicines. Do you think that they can make new medicines for the viruses? You can have an example of COVID-19.
We want source for the statistic you said at last in your speech. 0.6. I don't remember exactly. At last in your speech. Delegates and jury members, we the delegate of Indonesia are humbled and honored to take part in this G20 Summit 2023 in the beautiful and majestic country, India. As we gather here, we have the opportunity to shape the future of our planet Earth. G20 gives us an opportunity to be on common ground and solve the differences that our world face. First, speaking about our economic goals, we have aimed for economic growth of 5.2% in 2024. The 2024 development agenda is to push inclusive and sustainable economic transformation. Our government has established Making Indonesia 4.0 initiative as a roadmap to implement various strategies and make Indonesia top 10 economies by 2030. Pollution and food security are the two major problems that Indonesian people face. We want to address this issue through renewable energy development project. In this project, businesses are encouraged to develop, manufacture and install solar panels, windmills, bioenergy. There will be research on other clean energy technologies also. Food security is the second major project. In this, businesses are promoted to involve in food processing and agribusiness. This will increase farm production in a sustainable way. Now, let me talk about our defense. Indonesia's defense budget is currently around $8.9 billion. It is being driven by efforts to modernize our armed forces and to establish minimum essential forces. We plan to reach an ideal defense posture by 2025 or 2026. There is a famous saying of Gandhiji, an eye for an eye will make world blind. Our view on Ukraine-Russia war is same. We delegates are proud to announce our alliance with JIGC. We also have signed a treaty with Italy for the import of healthcare. At last, we want to make this G20 summit a turning point in our shared journey. Together, we can create a more brighter, more sustainable, equitable future for all. Thank you.
Our country has highly developed economy and we are ranking at the 9th positions globally with a GDP of $2.14 trillion. The largest contributor in our GDP is of service sector, which contributes almost about 70.5% in our GDP. We have been actively working on Industry 4.0 to enhance manufacturing and technological sector. We are investing in advanced technology to improve the productivity and product quality. AI and data analysis has been used in our industry for smart decision making. We are working to diversify our trade relationship by pursuing new trade agreements and exporting to different countries. We had made treaty with US in which we are exporting pharmaceutical products and importing machineries and boilers. Now let's talk about alliance. We delegates are very content to be its member. Through global cooperation and commitment, we want to combat terrorism, disaster and promote sustainable development all over the world. As due to COVID-19, there is downfall in our economy. So to recover from that, we are building an economy which creates good jobs and opportunities. We are investing in infrastructure and we are promoting our businesses to grow and create jobs. Since 2050, there is 56% decrement in poverty and 22% decrement in unemployment rate. We are deeply concerned about the situation in Ukraine. Russia is violating the international laws and threat to rules-based order. I urge Russia to immediately withdraw his force and respect the Ukraine sovereignty. Peacekeeping is not a job for soldiers, but only soldiers can do it. Defense is an important part of each and every country. So, because it ensures the protection of sovereignty and citizens. So we have one of the highest budget, which is of $36.3 billion all over the world. And we are ranking at the 27 positions globally in terms of defense. When there is unity, there is always victory. By implementing this quota, we are building more equitable, prosperous and peaceful world for us. Thank you.
Representative of G20 nation. It is an honor to represent Italy, a nation with rich history and vibrant culture. Due to the glories of Italy, Italy is the fifth most visited country in the world. But due to the Russia-Ukraine war, our tourism sector had got hit hard, resulted into the unemployment, energy crisis and high inflation in the country. Due to this, our GDP growth is declining. To solve this energy crisis, we are investing in the renewable sources of energy. This will help in the sustainable growth of economy as well as create jobs in the economy. Our aim is to produce 4 million electric and 2 million hybrid cars by the year end of 2030. We are considered as a highly developed social market economy. We are the third largest economy in the European Union. We are the seventh largest manufacturer and exporter of the world. Thus, we have significant trade surplus. Our manufacturers are known for their high quality products and for their craftsmanship. To boost up the secondary sector, we have signed treaty with Indonesia to speed up industrialization. By importing raw material at lower cost, in return, we are providing pharmaceuticals and other medical resources. For defense, we also maintain relationship with the UN and NATO. For security purpose, we have invested 13.3 billion euros. We also have a strategic partnership with Britain and Japan in the development and the manufacturing of the fighter jets. Our concern of security is not limited to the physical borders of the country, but also with the information of the individual. Thus, it is our responsibility to create a framework that leads to the technological advancement while safeguarding the rights of the individual. At last, I want to say that all together we can recover our economy through sustainable means which ultimately solve the disparities that exist among the nation. For this, we have formed an alliance with Japan, Indonesia and Canada. We believe in recovery that is resilient, inclusive and fair. I want to end my speech with the Italian quote. Noi non potremo avere perfetta vita senza amici. It means that we cannot have perfect love without friends. Thank you.
Greetings to all the respected delegates. It is an honor to stand before you all as a delegate of South Korea in this G20 summit. With the GDP of $1.72 trillion, South Korea secures 13th place as an economy with the service sector as our backbone. As we are standing on the Indian land, we would like to address a quote, Antah asti prarambha, means the end is the beginning. With this, we have recorded the remarkable transformation from a war-torn nation to becoming a beacon of innovation. Our focus on education, technology and sustainable development has propelled us forward, and we are eager to share our experience to contribute in the global development. In the era of AI and Industry 4.0, the South Korea is continuously pushing and helping the industry to make it implemented. The big companies are using 4.0, but still the small industry is getting trouble to adapt it. We are also taking initiatives for them. The company like Samsung, LG and other electronic companies are also on its way to the 5th industry revolution, aka Industry 5.0. As the time of past few years was a great depression for us due to the COVID-19. With this, we realize the importance of human's life. And for that, we have established primary medical facilities to all our citizens for a better healthcare in this kind of situation. South Korea also respects the mother nature. And for that, we have reduced our greenhouse gases emission by 40% since 2018. But the issue of climate change is increasing day by day due to some natural reasons as well as man-made reasons. And the Russia-Ukraine war is one of the major man-made reasons causing the problem of pollution in the whole world. If we talk about trades and trade policies, we are having 18 free trade agreements. With the flow of trade, we are here with a treaty for the Saudi Arabia for the trade of electronics and crude oil in the exchange. We would like to add up in the alliance talk that we would be grateful to contribute our advanced technology in the Project Z and would try our best to develop more productive and advanced technologies and procedures. We don't share only positive relations with other countries. Our bitter relations with North Korea still remains a matter of great concern. In conclusion, the main agenda for the South Korea is sustainable development with a less damage to environment and implementation of Industry 5.0. At last, we want to extend our gratitude for this G20 platform to discuss our nation's problem. Let us use this opportunity for the brighter future. May this summit be a stepping stone towards a better world. Thank you.
Right to Ukraine, as the two countries were once part of same empire. Let me finish. It claims that Ukraine is not a legitimate state and its people are actually Russian, not Ukrainian.
Okay. Ma'am, first of all, was two past different tenses, so it was, so you don't have any right. Ma'am, listen to me. I listen to you, you will need to listen to me, otherwise I will be in the debate mode. Thank you, ma'am. Second of all, the Russians, which you are claiming are not Ukrainians, they willingly wanted to move to Ukraine, and we have statistics, and Jural committee has already shown it. I have already shown them the Ukrainians, and they are willingly, and we even when you came to us to end the war if we don't join the NATO, we also told you that the Russians who does not want to stay in Ukraine can come back to your country. We don't have any problems with it because they have their own life and they can do their independent rules, not like you, in which we don't do human trafficking. This is not a source of human trafficking, this is just their willingness, not like you, ma'am.
Is this stated NATO point? Russia has the right to demand a guarantee that Ukraine and Georgia will not join NATO. Russia has the right to demand a guarantee that Ukraine and Georgia will not join NATO.
By what?
Why?
By what sources are you saying that? Like, ma'am, who are you to tell that a country should join a NATO or not? It's up to the NATO members if they want me to join. Who are the NATO countries here, please?
Also, Ukraine has no membership offer from NATO. It has been closer to alliance since its establishment in 1997. Plans for NATO membership were dropped by Ukraine President, who preferred to keep country not aligned.
Ma'am, it's up to the NATO members if they want me to join, and I will give some of the Ukrainians, Ukrainian stuff like trading. We can do trading with them and we can have a great empire, not like Russia just wants to force other countries not to join NATO because you guys are very threatened of NATO. You need to be, knowing that you are threatened of NATO after having this big of country. But I am not afraid of you guys and I can join NATO if I want to. India, if you know India का एक slogan है कि आप जो करना चाहते हो वो करना चाहिए, तो I would want to just join whatever I want to. Ukraine will be part unless Russia does not want them to be, और ऐसा alliance अभी तक कभी टूटा नहीं गया है. Official websites भी आप चाहे तो मैं जूरल कमेटी को दिखा भी सकती हूँ.
लेकिन वो पहले की बात थी ना, इंडिया का भी वैसे ही पावर ऑफ ट्रांसफर हुआ था, लेकिन इंडिपेंडेंट कंट्री अभी हम मानते हैं ना.
मतलब सर देखिए, एक ट्रीटी होती है, आपको पता नहीं हो तो बता दूं, ये दो कंट्रीज के बीच की बात होती है और आप लोग जो इंटरफेयर करें उसमें कोई बात नहीं. लेकिन यूक्रेन का ज्वाइन नाटो ऐसा कुछ चाहे नहीं, लेकिन यूक्रेन हमारे अंडर आते हैं, दे नीड टू कम अंडर. हमने वोटिंग भी की है हमारे रशिया में कि ये सब कितना फॉलो करता है. यूक्रेन को भी हमने पीस ट्रीटी दी है. अभी मैंने 2 दिनों पहले ही पीस ट्रीटी एक दिल्ली गई है यूक्रेन को. यू कैन जॉइन नाटो बट यू नीड टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ रशिया.
भी आ सकता है नाटो में. You can check it. You can.
But that depends on the NATO members, not on Russia.
So if they want Ukraine, they need to have Russia. Otherwise, Ukraine cannot join it. And why I am saying this because we have a past and past wars. लेकिन अभी चल रहा है, ठीक है?
Ukraine exists in the present world map. So you cannot say that.
सर आप सुन लीजिए मेरी बात. आपका पॉइंट मेरे को समझ में आ रहा है. आप से कह रहे कि वो पास्ट था इसलिए पास्ट में रख के फ्यूचर आ गया. बट सर पास्ट की ट्रीटी जब ब्रेक होती है ना तब हम आते हैं ना यार. लेकिन पास्ट की ट्रीटी ब्रेक नहीं होती है सर तो तब तक नहीं या कुछ आता है.
पास की ट्रीटी ब्रेक हो उसके लिए दूसरे वाइस डिसीजन भी हम ले सकते थे. वॉर वाइस डिसीजन जरा भी नहीं था.
हां सर आई एक्सेप्ट दैट कि वॉर वाज नॉट अ नाइस थिंग टू डू. बट पहले हमने यूक्रेन के साथ बहुत बार कन्वर्सेशन करने की ट्राई की है. हमारे पुतिन सर ने बहुत ट्राई की. बट इफ दे डोंट देन वी हैव टू डू वॉर. एंड आई नो कि ये बहुत लोगों को अफेक्ट भी किया गया है. उसके लिए अपोलोजाइज अ लॉट.
But you are violating the rights of humans.
कौन से राइट्स सर? नेम इट राइट्स. कंटिन्यू.
Citizens of Ukraine cannot move freely in the country as there are constant attacks.
माइनस
रशिया यूक्रेन में माइनस नहीं खाली प्लस प्लस होता है जुड़े.
Delegate. Right to freedom, right to safety.
चालू माइनस
मतलब if you don't know right away Russia are sending मतलब they are not sending जो people जो मतलब teenagers होते हैं जो who wants to go abroad for colleges we let them go. हम कभी-कभार scholarships भी देते if they have great education. You can take USA में Russians जो Cambridge यूनिवर्सिटी है ना उसमें mostly Russians ही गए. You can go 2023 stats Cambridge में.
बट इसके लिए बट वो रशिया गारंटी ले रहा है कि एक भी इनोसेंट नहीं मरा यूक्रेन रशिया वॉर में.
मरा डेफिनेटली. उसके लिए आपको
Ukraine citizen.
But your apology is not reviving their life, right?
सर इसलिए बोल रही हूँ कि यूक्रेन रशिया में बांटा जाए विल एंड द वॉर. और नाटो में यूक्रेन कैन जॉइन. इट्स नॉट ऑब्वियस कि रशिया भी ज्वाइन हो. सर एक बार सुन लीजिए मैंने आपकी बात सुनी ना. यूक्रेन कैन जॉइन नाटो. रशिया में सिर्फ एक बार पार्ट हो जाए. रशिया विल नॉट जॉइन नाटो if the NATO members does not want Russia to come.
Ukraine. You cannot force Ukraine to join Russia or not.
ट्रीटी उन्होंने ब्रेक की है वॉर के पहले हाँ या ना?
Yes, but
नहीं की थी सर. ब्रेक ट्रीटी कभी हो ही नहीं थी इसलिए हमने वॉर किया.
ट्रीटी के अनुसार आप अटैक भी तो नहीं कर सकते ना.
सर ऐसा कभी कुछ ट्रीटी में मेंशन नहीं था इसलिए मैंने किया.
आपके ऑफिशियल सोर्स में ऐसा नहीं था.
ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट से सब कुछ हो जाता है. कुछ प्रेसिडेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स भी होते हैं जो अप्लाई होते हैं. और यूक्रेन ना आज तक हमने कभी नहीं कहा. If anybody
yes we are listening.
Sir, I truly understand that Ukraine does not want to be a part, but if they will break the treaties, then they will need to send all the Russians back. और Ukrainians जो बुलाते आप लोग, वो सारे Russians ही थे. तो either send us back. और यूक्रेन एक पार्ट रहे, सिर्फ पार्ट रहे. ऐसा नहीं कि वो ट्रेड मेरे को करे या फिर मैं नाटो में उनकी वजह से ज्वाइन. I don't want anything. Just the fact that रशिया नाम ही यूक्रेन और बेल्जियम ने इंसानों ने दिए. So I don't want to ruin Russian name. That's all I want. I will end the war. I will apologize. And a lot of country has been affected. A lot of humans have died. The innocent people have died. And I am deeply sorry for that as well. I know sorry एक छोटा शब्द है इन सारे countries के सामने. But according to me, if you guys want to end the war, it's totally fine for me. Just the fact that Ukraine एक part रहेगा. I will not join NATO if they don't. If the NATO members does not want to. By the way, NATO members, आप जिनको भी नहीं पता, रशिया सबसे ज़्यादा crude oil supply करता है. And the alliances that have been made for crude oil, ये जितने भी countries है ना, वो एक रशिया के बराबर है crude oil में. तो आप देख लीजिएगा आप. Yes sir. Yes sir. Do you want to? Ukrainians, sorry. Ukrainians, do you want to end the war? Yes or no?
As you all know, we are the delegates of Indonesia and we are sole representative of ASEAN countries. being part of ASEAN, we have a motive of peace. And this war is going on for 2 years and no solution has came up. As if अगर कोई वन साइडेड सॉल्यूशन होता तो अब तक वो आ चुका होता, 2 साल से वॉर नहीं चल रही होती। तो हम चाहते हैं कि दोनों कंट्रीज है वो पीस के ऊपर काम करे, वो अपने रूल्स है और पॉलिसीज है वो चेंज करे। वो वॉर से हमेशा वेस्टेज ऑफ रिसोर्सेज ही होता है, वो किसी कंट्री को भी फायदा नहीं होता। जब तक ये वॉर चालू रहेगी दोनों कंट्रीज के रिसोर्सेज है वो डिप्लीट ही होते रहेंगे।
As a delegate of Indonesia has mentioned that they are in the peace countries as well. Russia is giving you a peace treaty. Come back to Russia. Russia will not join NATO. It's fine. Russia will not do anything. Russia will stop the war. हम ऐसा भी कुछ नहीं कहते कि यूक्रेन हमको ट्रेड करे. Just the fact कि रशिया ने अपना नाम दिया है इसलिए हमको यूक्रेन वापस चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं बोल रही कि I will attack them और मैं उनको on the territories में लूँगी या फिर जो यूक्रेनियन जो रशिया से गए मैं उनको कुछ नहीं करूँगी। This is a statement from Aladin Putin. And मैंने बहुत सारे टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस रखे थे। One of them was not joining NATO. यूक्रेन के नॉट ज्वाइन नाटो। One of them was के यूक्रेनियंस जो थे वो रशियंस थे, रशियंस यूक्रेनियंस कैन कम, यू हैव टू कम बैक। ये सारी मैं पॉलिसीज वापस अपने पास लेती हूँ, बट जस्ट द फैक्ट दैट वन पॉलिसी ऑफ माइन इज यूक्रेन नीड्स टू कम बैक टू रशिया।
It's an independent choice. You cannot force.
See, you are denying the peace treaty, not me. I gave you peace treaty nicely. If you want it, tell me otherwise. I have lot of sources in which I can extend the war and I can make everybody's time very bad.
We also have weapons.
Sir, I don't care. I'm not threatened by you all. But just the fact that Russia-Ukraine war आपको end करना है तो कर सकते हैं.
In the UN, Russia has also denied many peace treaties. What about that? In the UN countries, Russia has also denied many peace treaties.
Sir, but that war did not last for 2 years. This is for 2 years, and as considering Indonesia's points, I felt that I should take some terms and conditions. Listen to me, sir. Terms and conditions aside, so I did. If you want to continue the war, just tell me that you want to continue the war, and then Russia is not doing the war, Ukraine is doing the war. Make sure about that.
Delegate, you are declining the peace treaty given by Russia. So that means it is wait. So that means you want to fight with Russia again.
Sir, आप कौन सा कंट्री से बिलोंग करते हैं? Sir, Italy. Any other countries who is denying peace treaty, make sure. Who is denying other the peace treaties? Italy के सिवाय?
Who is denying the
European Union?
peace treaty?
France. See sir, अगर आप किसी ने बोला कि रशिया ने वॉर किया है तो I will not accept that Ukraine has done the war and it's or independence. I understand कि independence होती है sir. I totally understand. इसलिए मैं बोल रही हूँ कि I don't need that people. Just the fact that कि ये नॉर्मल छोटी सी ट्रीटी बन जाए जिसमें यूक्रेन पार्ट हो, भले फिर यूक्रेन दूर रहे या फिर रशिया से कांटेक्ट ना करे, I don't care. Just the fact कि ट्रीटी के नाम पर थोड़ा सा यूक्रेन हमारे पार्ट में रहे, I don't want anything else. हम कुछ ट्रेड नहीं करेंगे, हम उनको उनके कंट्री में हमारे इंसानों को भेजेंगे भी नहीं. If you want it would be a threat for Ukraine.
The current western part of Russia is also want to join the Ukraine or the western side. Current part of current western.
Check the site.
Please give me the.
USA. Who is USA? USA कौन है?
USA. Delegate.
Do you want to sign the peace treaty? सोच लीजिएगा मैम, because you have terms with me more than Ukraine. No? Sir, okay. The delegate of Russia wants to proceed from the committee, and we want to, because Ukraine has denied for the peace treaty, the Ukraine war will go on, and Ukraine has started the war. So I am leaving.
As you might be knowing about the Fukushima water release, are you knowing about it? So please explain what is it?
was the water release was done to free up the space as it was containing groundwater. So this water was.
So you are releasing it to Pacific Ocean.
It was removed after removing isotopes, hazardous isotopes from it.
No sir, I can show you the official source. It is releasing into.
Please don't show any official websites. We are already rectified with the sources. That's why we are asking. So you guys cannot ask for the sources.
It is releasing it. Sir, you cannot deny it. It is releasing the harmful radioactive water into Pacific Ocean. And sir, from this Pacific Ocean, the water is going to many countries and many homes. Sir, what about it? What about the people?
Told you that we removed some isotopes, hazardous isotopes from it.
When, sir, please show your source. Show your source.
Of India. One of the cases I just found from the jury committee is that woman kills boyfriend's 11-year-old son after he walks out. To see this. Yes, ma'am. What would you like to answer it?
It's dependent on one woman. We cannot just blame to all women of our country, and it's not responsibility of government.
Okay, ma'am. So आप ये सारी महिलाओं की योजना जो निकाल रहे हैं for women and 5% of the seats are booked in Rajya Sabha for women. So ये सारे ऐसे जो फेक केसेस आते हैं या फिर रेप जो मेन पर फेक केसेस डालते हैं, मैम डोंट यू थिंक यू हैव सम थिंग्स टू डू? और अगर वुमन ने फेक केस रेप का डाला है किसी पर, सो यू डोंट चार्ज पेनल्टी फ्रॉम देम इफ आफ्टर यू फाइंड आउट कि ये फेक था, यू चार्ज पेनल्टी फ्रॉम द मेन. एंड मैम सेकंड ऑफ ऑल आपको मैं अच्छी तरीके से बताना चाहती हूँ कि मेंस have to suffer, men have to go through that society again, and they have a very hard time to do that. And all of the men who is in G20 can agree to that, I guess. Yes. But how many agrees to that point?
But women also have their own self-respect. A woman cannot blame any means. She cannot blame easily to any man. There might be some issues.
आपको जो मैंने देखा है ना उसमें fully women का जो था वो फॉल्ट था. मैम सुन लीजिए, जो भी फॉल्ट था वो वुमेन का था, लेकिन स्टिल द मैन हैड टू पे 1 लाख रुपीस. And he was sent to jail for 10 days, मैम. तो अगर आप ये बोलते हैं कि आप अगर वुमेन की साइड इस केस के बाद भी वुमेन की साइड ही नहीं ना, तो मैम you are gender biasness, you are doing gender discrimination, and that's what India is known for, ma'am.
No, we are not just supporting women. We also needs to for equality of men. But it's just a case of one.
In नहीं मैम, ऐसे बहुत सारे केस हैं. ये केस हुआ इसलिए मैंने आपको दिखाया. मैम, I would like to tell you कि आप मेरे को 5 schemes बोलिए जो men के लिए है. I will not ask you any questions. 5 schemes which are for men in India. स्कीम तो होगी ही नहीं. आई नो वुमन करते हो ना, तो एक काम करो, 3 स्कीम बता दीजिए. 3 स्कीम बता दीजिए जो मेन के लिए होती है इंडियन मेन की.
स्कीम्स नहीं होती, लेकिन जितना पार्ट रिजर्वेशन है वो वुमेन्स का, लेकिन दूसरा पार्ट तो अभी भी मेन के लिए.
राज्यसभा में कोई रिजर्वेशन नहीं है. मेंस के लिए पहले बता दीजिए. राज्यसभा लोकसभा में कोई मेन के लिए रिजर्वेशन नहीं है.
लेकिन प्रायोरिटी तो मेन ही होते हैं ना. In the parliament, priority are men only, no? In India,
women के साथ discrimination करें, men के साथ
no.
Priority मतलब क्या? Priority मतलब क्या? Men कुछ भी बोलेंगे तो क्या? Priority क्यों देना आपको? Have some reservings, have some schemes, have some thing called men. इसमें से जितने men support करते हैं बताइए. अब ये तो टीनेजर बॉयज है ना सर.
Audience.
नहीं बोला ब्रेक कर जाम मत पैसा. यस सर. No. 50% लॉ ऑफ कम मिलता है, ठीक है? तो अकॉर्डिंग टू मी मतलब पहले 2021 में 6% था, 2022 में 8 या 9% था और अभी 15% हो गया फेक रेप केसेस पर। And men have to pay a severe amount for them to get out, और जब उनका कुछ fault भी नहीं है, they need to pay at least 1 lakh till 1 crore.
They just have to pay, but what's about the self-respect of women? 15 are of rent, but the other, what?
I totally agree with you. बाकी
Yes, other is a huge amount.
जो आप ये इंग्लिश और देख रहे हैं ना, एक टाइम आएगा जब ये ना 100% पर फेक पर ही जाएगा। I don't understand कि बहुत सारे रेप केसेस अच्छे होते हैं, but why are you charging fees from people? और अगर ये फेक रेप केसेस होते हैं तो उनके लिए आप कुछ सर्विसेज क्यों प्रोवाइड करते हैं? ये सारे जो men जो जाएंगे ना उनके घर पर उनकी नाक काटने नहीं वाले, because this is an Indian mentality.
Indian mentality of women also, it is more than men.
अच्छा तो आप
women are questions more than men at home.
ऐसा किसने बोला?
It's real in India. And we don't believe just inequality. We believe that men and women should be equal. But in some cases, men are getting more priority which the girls are not getting.
It is because कि आप अपना कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को संभाल नहीं सकते हो। अगर वुमेन के लिए सेफ होगा तो ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन ही नहीं आएगा। I am an Indian as well. I am 13 years old. I am allowed to come here. I am allowed to dress however I want to. तो आप क्यों बोलते हो ऐसा सब?
आपके घर में अलाउड है लेकिन दूसरे घर का क्या?
Men को भी पूछा जाता है। I am a woman as well, but I sometimes think that men gets asked questions as well. तो आप जो भी बोले कि men को questions ही नहीं पूछे जाते या फिर बहुत
नहीं पूछे जाते, हाँ बहुत कम compared to women it is less. You can ask to any who is having sisters. Yes, you have, and other who are having sisters, ask them the priority they are getting. Either their sisters are getting that priority by their parents.
मैम ऐसा पता है क्यों होता है? Because आपका कंट्री का सेफ नहीं है तो obviously their parents will think that it is not safe for women or girls to come. आप हमारा कंट्री क्यों सेफ नहीं रखते हो मैम?
रखते तो है लेकिन
आपके कंट्री में एयर क्वालिटी बहुत अच्छी है।
उसी एयर क्वालिटी को और अच्छी करने के लिए हमने 2030 तक का प्लान भी बनाया है।
सर क्या मुझे दिखाइए आपका प्लान। सर मुझे देखना है आपका प्लान, आप कैसे करोगे, क्या करोगे?
आप ज्यूरी हैं?
जी हाँ, जी हाँ।
आपने हमारी स्पीच सुनी थी?
जी हमने सुनी थी, पर हमको देखना है।
आपको देखना है?
Audience, please थोड़ा प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस जैसा रखिए। Please maintain the decorum. आपके पास फंडिंग आपका नया बजट आपको पता है? हाँ तो सर उसमें आपने कोई अमाउंट सेव की है इस प्लान के लिए? यस और नो बता दीजिए। आई डोंट वांट एनी प्रूफ।
जैसा कि मैंने बताया स्पीच में भी मैंने मेंशन किया है कि 2030 तक हम 65% तक कार्बन इंटेंसिटी को हम कम कर देंगे। ठीक है, एक बार में तो सब कुछ चीजें होने वाली है, टेक्स टाइम।
कार्बन रेगुलेशन के लिए थोड़ा पैसा भी चाहिए जिसकी वजह से आप कर सकते हो। उसमें मैं यही पूछूंगा आपके फंडिंग है उसके लिए? डू यू हैव इनफ मनी फॉर दैट? एस चाइना इज ऑलरेडी क्वाइट इन डेट।
बट वी हैव द फॉरेन रिजर्व्स, फॉरेन एक्सचेंज।
बट सर
you have kept your policy वाले countries from which you are taking the money.
I didn't get it.
There are countries such as Sri Lanka whom you have lent money to, and you have lent a huge amount of money, so much so that they cannot repay you.
We are acquiring land in exchange of that particular money. And their natural resources also. We are acquiring the rights.
That is called debt trap.
you give the certain amount of money that the country cannot pay back.
So what can you do?
आपने बोला कि आप वहाँ पे उसके जगह पे ले लोगे, राइट? तो सर ये एक और क्वेश्चन खड़ा करता है कि सर क्या आप इंडिया को ये आपके इंडिया को अटैक करने का आप बोल रहे हो कि आप वहाँ पे लोगे लैंड, राइट? श्रीलंका में लैंड लोगे, बाद में अटैक करोगे। सर ये ऐसी बहुत रूमर्स फैल रही है।
अभी मोदी जी आपको मिलने आए थे, ठीक है, और तब आपने उनके लिए उनको बोला कि लद्दाख आप मुझे दे दीजिए एंड वी हैव अ प्रूफ ऑफ इट। तो आपको तो वही करना है, यू वांट टू टेक ओवर एंड यू वांट टू हैव अ वॉर। एंड इंडोनेशिया जैसे जो कंट्रीज है वो पीस में बिलीव करते हैं सर, तो डोंट यू थिंक कि वो आप पर अगर आप रशिया यूक्रेन वॉर में भी रशिया को ही सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं तो आपको वॉर ही करना है, तो बता दीजिए, सो अदर कंट्रीज कैन बी प्रिपेयर्ड।
आपको लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल की एग्रीमेंट के बारे में पता है?
Pakistan is in your death trap, true or not?
Yes.
Yes. Sri Lanka?
Yes.
Myanmar? So, are you targeting only the countries that are around India, or are you targeting other countries as well?
Are you targeting or not? Yes or no?
Yes or no?
No, of course not.
So after you take over the Ladakh, would you want to have a war? Yes or no? If you have if you have a war, then you might be in problems in G20.
Why would we prefer war? Because we are already better than India in terms of production, or maybe the things we are producing. We have a better economy than them. Then why we need a war for them? And that's the theory of your guys, that we want to attack by capturing the land of that blah 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 country. That's your theory.
As you said, you are better than India, but does your people have faith in your future? I had recently read in the document that your people are not having faith in the future of China. At least our people are sufficient with the government, but yours are not. Due to excessive labor law, also people are exploited very much.
So they are accusing us for that people wala thing, you know. So do you think that Indians are very satisfied with the government? Not I'm talking about the government, but the policies, the way are framed. 1 minute. Let me finish. You recently debated with her on that women rights and that male rights. So the male of that country is also not satisfied with that country on the rights, and you are debating over them.
Okay, guys, the Indians, I want to know from the audience, किन को इंडिया में रहना है and not wanting to go to China? Okay, ma'am, you can see the youth. You can already see the youth's responses.
So much youth. You mean they agree with the fact that women are given more priority, so that is good for them?
It is. So the voting idea is कि किन को चाइना में जाना है, live in India. So everybody wants to go to our country except of you.
So I think.
आप इसे एक वोटिंग करते हैं, किन को लगता है कि मेल्स के लिए कुछ नहीं होता इंडिया में और फीमेल के लिए ज्यादा पॉलिसीज बनाई गई है बाय द गवर्नमेंट?
जो मेरे से वही बोलना। याद रखना, अगली बार कोई फालतू का रेप केस तुम्हारे ऊपर लगे तो उस टाइम एक्सेप्ट कर लेना, ठीक है? उस हिसाब से बोलना।
doing about gun rape, etc., gun rights.
It's the problem in United States currently, but we also have, our government also have laws against it. There are laws like red flag laws and safe storage laws.
Ma'am, first of all, नहीं पता नहीं. पहला जो था, it's shutting down. Second one is not working. So do you think your military is not enough to protect your citizens? Yes or no? हाँ या ना में जवाब दीजिएगा. So why is every children like जो A standard में why are you also having a gun? And you mentioned, your prime minister mentioned that okay, every citizen per month will get one gun and they can have unlimited. That it's not your gun. You should have a 8th standard old with a gun coming to school.
But there are several background checks before using the guns and.
Ma'am, मतलब the poor people, there is not such a person who doesn't have a gun in US. The people who are obviously coming to our countries for traveling or tourism, they are the people, the citizens of US. I'm talking about them.
Ma'am, Joe Biden himself stated in the presidential statement that he provides gun rights to your people so that attack like 9/11, if it would happen again, your people can protect themselves. So is your military not enough? Is your police not enough?
If it would be more better, then why are innocent people are dying due to having inner conflicts? उनकी वजह से people are getting shot every day. What measures? There is no such thing called measures for this. Or at least your Aladdin Putin, Joe Biden has not mentioned anything about it. There is nothing in the official websites. I don't think there is nothing stated in it. Relatives right to silence.
Then do you have answer?
Yes or no? Do you have any answer for it?
Either speak the answer, so you right to silence.
It can be type of laws we have met.
What type of laws? Do you have any 3 laws stated?
2 laws we have.
What kind of law?
Red flag laws and
one law है, दूसरा काम नहीं करता. और मैम अगर आपको लगता है कि कोई टेररिस्ट अटैक आपकी कंट्री में हो रहा है तो कोई राइट स्टेट ऑफ माइंड में होगा कि उनको गन पकड़ा दो आपको.
Defense आप जो बोल रहे हैं, they won't be in the certain stage of mind and they might kill people who they have not, and their citizens should not be entered in that phase. If they want to join military willingly, that's fine, but they should not be having a gun just to protect themselves.
तो मैम इंडिया में आईएएस का जो पुलिस ऑफिसर की एग्जाम होती है वो ऐसे ही होती है ना.
I am sure that India, Narendra Modi has great terms with Joe Biden, so I don't think so there is a thing to discuss about this. Right to silence.
Please answer.
There are possible solutions to overcome this.
Ma'am, so mention exactly. Ma'am, since G20, we have been discussing about this and there is still this will happen, we are making solutions, we will make solutions, we will have some laws applied for it since G18. This is G20. And there is no such thing called a law still made in US. So either you don't want G20 members to have answers for this, or either you don't want to have solutions, either you just want to keep ruining your people's lives. Now have a seat. Are you in touch with North Korea, yes or no? Do you believe in right to freedom, first of all?
Firstly, in what terms you are saying? Geographically or?
No. Leave that question aside. Do you believe in freedom of people or of your country?
Yes.
Then why are you not letting them go out of Republic of Korea? And we have statistics shown. Okay, you guys are not letting your people go to other countries because you think that they are your youth and they should not go anywhere else.
But we believe in freedom of people, but that should be in our home only. If we are providing every opportunity for them to grow here only.
Or who are you to tell that person that they should, where they should be and where they should not be? Isn't it deeper?
अगर आप राइट टू फ्रीडम में बिलीव करते हो तो यू हैव अ डील विद नॉर्थ कोरिया दैट इफ एनी वन ऑफ देयर सिटीजन कम्स इनटू योर कंट्री आफ्टर एस्केपिंग यू शिप देम बैक इनटू नॉर्थ कोरिया so how is that you believe in right to freedom you should give refuge no
but there can be that person may be there secret agent maybe that kind of thing.
Sir, there is no such thing as secret agent in North Korea. Everyone is escaping North Korea.
In North Korea, people don't have fresh water to drink. They have to eat grasshoppers, and you can have one girl escaped to North Korea. Now she is living in USA. She is 27-year-old girl, and she is literally stating at what happens in USA, and she is giving interviews and how it's happening and all that. Concentration camps are going on. So don't you think that's one of the major problems in your country to be focused about?
We may give refugee to all the people, but they only need one such person who is not a real refugee, and their agent to ruin our whole country.
The North Korea people doesn't even know how to speak English. They hardly even know their own language. They don't know what is television. They don't know what is television. They don't know what is camera. They don't know what is spies.
But if you are having war with a country, you don't give refuge to their country citizens.
You are saying that you have South Korea has a war with North Korea.
With a relation.
रिलेशन के नाम पर ह्यूमन के राइट चले जाएंगे तो ऐसा तो चाइना और इंडिया के भी बहुत अच्छे ऐसे तो इंडिया और यूएसए भी बहुत अच्छे हैं तो ये लोग भी ऐसे करने लगेंगे
अगर हमारे साउथ कोरिया के लोग नॉर्थ कोरिया में जाते हैं ना वो लोग गन शूट कर देते हैं वो लोग मार देते हैं बॉर्डर पे ही मिलते हैं ना अब मारते तो नहीं है ना वापस तो भेज देते हैं ना चालू कर दे
ये डिसाइड करने वाले आप कौन हो
आपकी कंट्री में ऐसा क्या है कि लोग नॉर्थ कोरिया भाग रहे हैं
हमारे कंट्री में ऐसा होगा ना तो नॉर्थ कोरिया से साउथ कोरिया में आ रहे हैं लोग
क्योंकि वो नजदीक में है
तो हम तो क्यों तो हम उधर ही जाएंगे ना ऐसा होगा तो हमारा
सर साउथ कोरिया में पता है फ्लाइट्स वगैरह एक चीज है नॉर्थ कोरिया में फ्लाइट्स नहीं है ह्यूमंस के लिए साउथ कोरिया में है so they can go to other countries if they are willingly wanting to go but they are saying कि US in South Korea से North Korea अच्छा ही है according to your people not us and we are nobody to tell you what to do what not to do we are just giving you solutions that you can do this to implement to uplift your South Korea not North Korea
and we will keep your suggestions in mind and we'll act upon it as we want.
Sir, आपको पता है South Korea में if they want to get a haircut, they can have just few options in it.
There are only few options to get haircut. There are no any other options like in India. It's North Korea. But
Keep your facts in check.
अरे रूरल एरियाज में होता है सर, नॉर्थ कोरिया में सब जगह होता है, साउथ कोरिया में तो रूरल एरियाज है ना, उस साइड ये सब होता है.
That practice is, but that we cannot reach every corner of every corner of the country and say people that to have this type of haircut or that type of haircut.
Very well researched, like Republic of Korea and China. You guys were very well researched and you guys were having great confidence. The first time I came for mock, or the first time that I came to Nalanda, was a very different experience, and this is a very different experience. You guys were very great, and yeah.
We personally appreciate the delegates of Republic of Korea and delegates of China, as they have done their research very well.
If you don't win, that's not the matter. The matter is that you learned something, you knew about something, some other country accepted, you knew your GDP, you know about their problems. That's what matters. So if you don't win, don't be disappointed. It's just for a certificate. But the matter or the efforts you have put into this were great. And I, the jury committee, close this event. And you guys were very great. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank the audience as well. The audience